Great Revolution is over.
No.
The revolution was not televised.
It kind of was. You guys sort of televised it.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, there he is.
Yeah. It's good to see everybody.
It's been a
How
while.
are you doing, Tori?
Oh, I'm doing good, ups and downs. I can't seem to get my camera to work for some reason. But at least you guys can hear me.
Are you just sitting in a very dark room?
No, I'm sitting here in my...
Imaginative juices flowing.
You guys will just have to imagine me sitting here. You know what I look like, basically unchanged since sophomore year of high school.
Thorn is just lurking in the darkness.
Yeah, he got a number of spells that he added to his repertoire. So,
Did you level up to 5?
was it 4 or 5? I leveled up to 5. Yeah,
5.
Five.
Yeah.
I saw two figures there, so I wasn't sure. I missed a lot. What happened in the last session?
I think it was like 4 sessions. I think the last you left off, you guys were fighting some goblins in the road?
Yeah, we did that. We got the weapons. Then we like sidetracked and went into a spooky house. We
Oh,
saved
yeah.
that.
The mansion. Killed a book.
Saved a girl. Who's now our tailor.
What was her name? Gabriella, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have a
wrote it down somewhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gabriella and Nestor. Yeah. Son of daughters.
And then we very subtly and skillfully incited riots and revolution and killed the governor.
Oh, I saw that coming, but I'm sorry. I'm sad that I couldn't participate in that. Thorn would have gotten a few good licks in.
Yeah, I think where we left Thorn off, you were like left behind guarding the caravan while they went into the spooky house, and then they came back and there were just a bunch of animals sitting around guarding the caravan, and you were gone.
Whatever was the fate of those bears that we began the story with?
We saved them.
Yeah.
They need new suits because they don't have any hair anymore, but we saved them.
Which is why we have the tailor, so she can make suits for the bears.
Well, would I be able to heal them with some sort of magic so that the hair would grow back?
Yeah, you could probably do that. You can probably counteract some of the horrible...
I would make a poultice for the poor traumatized bears.
Yeah, after a couple of days of recuperation, you can see like little tufty patches coming back in through their acid burns where they were tortured. You can't do anything. Donatello was declawed.
Oh, that's right. I recall.
Can we get him magical made?
Yes.
That's what I want.
Well, if I get to sufficient mystical powers, I'd be able to restore even lost limbs. So that's just something that Thorn will have to work towards.
Hey, Jaeger, are
At least
you...
he
Okay, sorry. You like your thing just kept popping up, and I wasn't sure if we weren't hearing you. So I can hear.
I'm packing.
Okay.
So what has Thorn? Thorn clearly went off on some pressing personal errand suddenly. What has?
Well, he was raised by wolves, so I assume it was family business that he needed to tend to.
Like the urge to wander and mark some territory overeating him.
He had to go He had to go fell some caribou or something.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, so you guys are like sort of getting settled back in. The city is still overtaken with celebrations.
Why could you go say fell caribou when Chaka said you say that's specious? You know, go fell caribou.
You guys are hanging around an afternoon, a couple days after the fall of Barrett, and Thorn, like, you hear a battering at the front door, and Thorn walks in just like muzzle all bloodied down his chest.
Yeah, like I tore out the jugular of a caribou with my actual face.
Mac doesn't even react. She just, like, reaches down, finds a bucket of water, and, like, throws it at him before you come in. She's very used to this.
So as things kind of shake out, you know that Danielle has called on you guys today saying that she wanted to meet with you, and you, while you're sitting around, a messenger also comes in with a note from LL asking that you meet with him.
Who is he again? Is he the elf?
He's the elf arms dealer.
I think I have them written down.
The meeting with Danielle that you have scheduled, it's kind of like mid-morning. The meeting you have scheduled with Danielle is sort of mid-afternoon, and LL's note just asks that you come find him at some point today.
Whenever.
Let's not pack too many things in our day. This is prime hangover time.
It's been 2 days already. You should be over that by now.
Not if I've been drinking for 2 days.
Well, then you shouldn't have a hangover yet, right? So we're good still.
It takes 2 days just to get drunk.
Crazy people.
Yeah, okay, we can go back to the elf if you really want to.
Yeah.
Also, if you have any purchasing that you want to do, you can kind of freely do that.
Alright.
You've got a bit of downtime and opportunity to explore the markets.
I should invest in something.
I should buy a boat.
I got bark skin for free. Does anybody have an armor class lower than 16?
Yeah, I do.
Shaka does, I think.
Okay, so that's good. So I can cast bark skin on either of you guys to make your armor class 16.
It's not a permanent thing, though, right?
No, it would be when we anticipate there being a problem and you needing to have just slightly being harder to hit. Like, is it more than a +1 for both of you?
It might be dramatic. Not for me.
I have 14.
Yeah, so it's worthwhile for either of you, really.
Cool. So should we go talk to LL?
Yeah, see him first. Then head over to talk to Danielle later.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Head
Get all
out
our
of
meetings out of the way, then we'll be free to get drunk this evening.
Again.
Yeah, so you guys head out from here, and as you kind of walk through the streets, there are whispers and people point at you, and people like occasionally will cheer for you as you pass. You head across town over to LL's mansion. When you get there, you guys knock on the door, and a young maid servant escorts you in to the chamber where LL is working. He looks up. Pleasure to see you all. It's been an eventful couple of days.
Yeah, you seem to have certainly set yourself up here nicely.
You see he's like in the thick of his books. As you guys walk in, he's kind of like, as you were walking up, he's sort of muttering to himself, and he's got a smile on his face. There's a distinctive glow to him right now. You get the sense that business is good.
The last time we saw him doing business, he was doing business from a sewer.
It feels good to be back in my rightful place. How's the past week been treating you?
A week? I don't remember most of it.
A lot has happened.
It's been a long week.
So the reason I called you here is I think we ought to be starting to think about next steps. We sort of may have kicked a bit of a hornet's nest here. I don't think it's anything beyond our abilities, but we should probably get out in front of it.
What sort of next steps are we talking about here? Like, are we actually founding a government? Like, who do we represent ourselves, actually?
Honestly, I was assuming the next step was going to be packing up and taking the show to a different town since we're done here.
Yeah, Chalka,
Right.
for next show. Why we wait?
Right.
Like everything is wrapped up nice and neat here. It's fine. We should go perform somewhere else.
That's certainly, I'm sure there are certain elements within this town that would appreciate that if you swept in like a hurricane and then left them to establish the new order. I certainly wouldn't complain, although I would like to ask one more favor of you, sort of a parting favor, sort of a big one, actually.
Well, those don't come cheap. Our time is in more demand these days.
I know. You're important people, but I need somebody important to help us with this. I intend to keep things stable around here. This is a pretty sweet spot you've put me in. I've got a strong relationship with Danielle. She's going to need to establish a new world order here. Unfortunately, Governor Barrett was a big fish, but not the biggest fish, and he had superiors that he reported to. It's my personal opinion that we'll need to prepare defenses, get out in front of preparing defenses for this city, because right now the way it sits, it's just a juicy plum waiting to be plucked by anyone else.
I mean, if you can't defend the city, considering you have to pull the guards, the walls are in good shape. We didn't run a siege on the city.
Well, we can't protect the city. No amount of preparation would be able to protect the city from detractors within. I think what you guys probably need is to silence these allies, these traitorous elements within the city.
Oh, there's full-blooded patriotism in the city, thanks to all of you right now. What I'm concerned about is a neighboring duke, duchess, or lord deciding that Dordrin should be part of their rightful kingdom and sweeping in on us. You're right, we have control, we have guards. We would fare all right against a larger force, but personally the loss of life would be costly. I had an idea that I thought might make us a little more prickly of a target, and might make someone think twice, if you're interested in hearing me out.
Well, yeah, I don't want to see the fruits of our labors just undone after all of the trouble that we went through to have a little revolution here.
I suppose.
Although it does come with the risk of becoming just like the governor that we deposed.
No, there's artistic freedom here. It's completely different.
We do have creative license.
Plus, I doubt there would.
Freedom of market. Chaka believes that this town fine. We freed this town. They should be fine. No.
And if they freely want to hire our services, I don't see why not. I'll keep track of the time. We're not going to be here for an open-ended amount of time.
I hear what you're saying. You're right. Everything does come with a price. I'm a businessman. And you are highly skilled professionals.
We are.
That's right.
What, do you need a professional show?
Here's my offer, then. I have business contacts in Dragonwick who have been developing some new siege artillery weapons.
Dragonwick is a nice large market. We haven't played at a nice place like that.
Oh, yeah.
I hear it has it's a town with a bit of panache, if you will. They might appreciate this.
We have panache. I know what panache is, and I probably do. I can at least bullshit my way through my definition. But we do have panache.
We definitely do have panache.
These guys have
I've got it calculated down to 3 digits. We have like 9.673 panache. It's pretty amazing.
Have you done a derivative of that to figure out what our acceleration of panache is?
I mean, our change rate of panache over time has actually been accelerating lately with all the craziness going on around here. Especially after all those speeches in the town square with by what's his name. I mean, our rate of panache change it spiked. Yeah, so we're doing pretty well. I think if we stayed here, we'd see an increase in the growth rate of our panache. I'm willing to risk it anyway. Everybody else has long stopped listening as Darius gets out his book and starts to go through figures.
To be honest, it seems like you guys might need a bigger pond to increase your panache coefficient.
This guy has no idea about show business.
You're right.
He's trying.
I'll be honest. It's not always that Chaka is voice of reason, but I think it is early to rush into, business arrangements so soon after Chaka have hangover.
All right. Take my offer into consideration. If you just do decide to accept, what I would ask is, well, we need a small party that's capable of braving the swamps between here and Dragonwick. Most trading caravans go by the mountain route to the southwest, which takes a considerable amount of time to pass. Small groups can get through the swamps significantly quicker, but it's a bit more dangerous. But honestly, I think we need to act quickly to establish our reputation as not a new city trifled with. I would obviously supply you with gold, and naturally you'd receive a commission for the job.
What does he want us to do?
He wants you to go to Dragonwick with a fistful of gold and talk to his contacts there to secure some new siege weapons.
Okay.
Siege weapons.
I mean, we could get there fast enough if we decided to take this job up. I'm not saying that we are, but I mean, we can't put on any shows without our wagon.
There is a passable road through the swamps. It's a bit murky, you might run into trouble. The real concern is the dangers of the swamps. That's why we don't send ordinary caravans. It's not the safest place. I mean, the local farmers say it's haunted, but really it's just dragons and giant toads.
Yeah, I don't think the townspeople have much of a chance of surviving without some connection to the other towns, and the siege weapons. The siege weapons will be necessary self-defense, even though I'm not sure how siege weapons will allow you to defend the city necessarily.
Oh, my friend Agar has he's a creative soul, shall we say?
Mm-hmm. It's just. I'm for this plan, even though I'm consciously aware of the possibility of being manipulated into supplying arms for a secret war against the neighbors of this city.
Oh, we're not at the War for Freedom stage yet.
Well, a war in amassing armaments in the name of self-defense can really rapidly turn into offense, is all that I'm pointing out.
It can also very rapidly turn into a business opportunity. So, also, if we were in Dragonwick, we could refresh our contacts there, get set up for shows later.
That's true.
Seems like survival of fittest that has biggest weapons.
Yeah. See, Chaka gets it.
We're just going to do some weight training so we're stronger and more intimidating as a city.
Don't try to talk our language. Weird.
I don't see anything wrong with this course of action. And I like money.
Great then. Well, feel free to sleep on it if you'd like.
Yeah, let's not actually commit to anything until we talk to Danielle.
Yeah.
Keep our options open. We'll let you know.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's what I was talk to Danielle. Yeah.
You out. Yeah, and he has one of his maidservants escort you out.
Sure. I'll make some notes in my ledger.
You've got a few hours before your meeting with Danielle, if there's anything you need. Otherwise, you can fast forward to that.
No, I'm fine just going to Danielle. Anybody else have any?
I might want to go.
I'm
getting a
interested
weapon.
in seeing what she has to say.
Yeah. I can always talk to Smiths after we talk to her. So let's go see what she has to say.
Yeah, you guys go to visit her at now her new manor. It's significantly nicer than the old Bottle and Blade where you saw her last time. Although, to be fair, you did hear that the Bottle and Blade burned down the night you guys came back into town. When you guys arrived, you're escorted in, and she welcomes all of you. You can actually see that she's still looking slightly singed from being caught in that incident.
How does it seem with like the people under her?
She has sort of like an entourage who's around her. They're beginning to establish control of different sectors of the city.
But like servants are there. Can we tell if they're being treated well? Are they well dressed? Are they warm? Are they fed?
Yeah, they seem like they're being treated well. In fact, they seem like they're loyal revolutionaries and really pleased to be a part of her circle.
As long as everybody's still drinking the Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah, they're totally into it.
Good.
They all still have like a red armband around their upper left arm.
As well as the tattoos that they got from Chaka.
Yeah, you see one of the barbarians that Chaka tattooed all across his face. Now that you see it in the light of day, it's a little...
It's beautiful.
Face tattoos are always a good idea.
It's raw and bold. Yeah. It's a great idea.
Tattoo.
All right. What does she want?
Well, this is the heroes of the day. I'm glad you were able to join me. I wanted to take the chance to talk to you. It's been a busy week. We've been trying to get things secure and in order since Governor Barrett's been put down.
Certainly moved over quickly.
Yeah, naturally. I mean, you need a good central administrative authority. We can't leave things to chaos for too long.
I would disagree, but this is not my city.
Or if it's more to your liking, we're just the strongest form of chaos around now.
And Chaka just understands how to dictate post-agrarian industrial civilizations. This does not seem like that.
So I wanted to invite you here because I'm deeply indebted to all of you, and it seems like you're deserving of rewards for your work in overthrowing the government.
Go on.
We have a few of the noble manors. We've ousted most of the nobles that weren't loyal to our cause. So there are some vacancies, obviously. It seems thoroughly appropriate that you all receive minor noble titles here in the city and at least a base of operations that you could utilize anytime you came back to visit us.
A noble title would be handy.
Just something minor. I mean,
Chaka already has noble title. What need of you?
what's Chaka's noble title?
Chaka means king.
Rock bearer. Yeah, exactly.
Chaka is king.
Actually, it's Khan means king, but it is okay. It is okay. You
Chaka Khan. That's right. Chaka Khan.
Are you?
It's a rough translation. It literally means biggest rock bearer. So, yeah.
King.
Chaka gave up that life, though. He don't need noble title. He like flexing.
Just think of this as a different way to flex.
Well, this is Daniela that we're talking to right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Thorn doesn't have any materialistic needs, so he'd want to make sure that this new revolutionary wave has some type of spiritual foundation. And so he prescribes Obadai's very balanced, not without a leaning towards law or chaos or good and evil, to be the spiritual framework for all of the philosophy of this revolution going forward, because it'll be easy for it to run off of the rails into a grim form of authoritarianism now that our former grim authoritarian's been removed from power.
I mean, I think you can take whatever manner Thorn gets and dedicate it to that, but like Mac at least is very much freedom of the press, freedom of religion, freedom of artistic license.
Right. No. Just Thorn's share of whatever the spoils are. He wants to be reinvested into the city with the designs of the deity Obadai being observed, and his iconography being proudly displayed everywhere.
Okay. Absolutely.
So what you're telling me is you want to invest in green technology. I think we can do that. It's getting pretty good these days.
You're not here. You're a gnome.
Yeah.
You're a gnome. Technology is not something that's necessarily a part of the basic foundational philosophy that I want to put forward. What people end up doing with the technology would be their own doom in the making. But
I mean,
that would be.
Well, when I say technology, it's a fairly nebulous term. I'm talking in terms of enterprises here. I think we can find some good investment options for you. Yeah, I'll have to see what the state of the market is like around. It's a bit disrupted, but I think we can work with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Danielle kind of sitting back and smirking at you guys.
Yeah. So that can do for my reward. I require nothing else other than to shape the minds of the sheeple.
The new freedom of the press that you've established, and the freedom of speech that you've established in this place, you're free to evangelize for whatever god you like here.
Do we each get a manor?
Yeah, one of the members of her entourage comes forward with a small stack of papers and deeds that are, signed over to you. They all have Danielle's seal on them.
I transfer mine to the public domain and set it up with an endowment to run ad infinitum.
Okay.
How much is endowment?
It's like a little quartet of manors out on the edge of the noble quarter that are all together.
What are the HOA fees like?
Mostly taxes to maintain your estate.
Cool.
There also is a favor that I was hoping to ask of all of you. Our group has been doing our best to consolidate control and make sure services are maintained for the people in this time of upheaval. We're working to establish the legitimacy of our government, and certainly an endorsement from the heroes that brought all of this about would put us in very good stead.
No deal.
Yeah, Max kind of frowns. Like, let your actions speak for yourself, and the people will decide.
We've been doing our best, and I believe we're holding our own decently. But it would be a nice bump.
It's basically what we've been doing so far.
It's up to you.
I wouldn't mind it.
A speech or two, a performance. I hear that's your specialties.
Thorn prefers to set our group up as an extra government, or we want to operate outside the bounds of this new regime, because we think that the regime requires oversight. We should actually have, because if we're going to be poster boys, we should actually have offices rather than just titles and all of that sort of stuff.
I don't know. Are you actually interested in sticking around and governing?
Not so much.
Yeah, well, that's why it's like, what's their offer in order to make us the poster boys of their new government?
I think they just want an endorsement.
I mean, I feel like they've already gotten a pretty decent.
We did a lot of fighting for them.
Yeah, I mean, like we haven't been opposed to them or in favor of like any other faction for them. Like I think people can tacitly.
Chaka did some impressively stirring speeches while we
Chaka is here
were.
for the people, and only the people. You are another form of just keeping people under the thumb. Chaka will oppose them.
But he was very positive when you were still just the people, so you can probably spin that to your advantage.
I understand your concerns, and you're clearly very shrewd. And you're right to be concerned. We have to do our best to represent the people.
No,
You've seen how
no endorsement. No endorsement for Thorn. Thorn doesn't want to be associated with the new regime.
I understand. Nonetheless, we're very appreciative of your services here in this city, and you obviously are always a welcome faces here.
You can pick our title.
Yes.
We get to pick our title.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, as far as endorsement goes, I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to it. But rather than a performance or something, what about, say, the donation of weapons to the city's defense? We've heard interested noises from that direction recently.
Yes, I see our new business partner LL has already gotten to you and pitched his idea.
I mean, that might have been it, yeah.
I think there's more that we can do to help the city from the shadows indirectly in the form of taking care of these connections that LL is nurturing than be public figureheads and actually be seen by the people. I think we'll be far more valuable that way.
Our forte is sort of being seen by the people.
Yeah, we are performers after all.
Shtick.
Right, but that's for the entertainment. It's not associated with like, we're going to be mixing business with pleasure in a dangerous way here, I can see coming up very quickly.
My skill is literally perform accounting, so I have no problem with this personally.
Yeah, Mac views entertainment as business, so.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be all of us either. If you wanted to stay in the shadows, it could be just a few of us that step up and be public faces. I don't think we'd have a problem with that.
Okay, that seems fair that we'd be able to do it that way.
Yeah, that way we don't have to drag everybody into it, kind of thing, and we have fallbacks in case something goes wrong in either direction.
Any way that you're willing to offer your services to our new regime, we're already deeply indebted to you, and we will be extraordinarily appreciative. But I understand you all have the Wanderer's blood in you. I wouldn't expect you to sit still for too long.
No.
Well, we should prepare for a journey to Dragonwick.
I think a trip to Dragonwick would do us good.
Yeah, we'll have to get some new swamp tires on the wagon.
That's fine. We can wrangle that. I am going to have to speak. I'm going to have... Is there a local merchant guild? Or
Yeah.
is it a collection of traders? Okay. Is there an actual guild, or is it just a market square traders, that kind of thing?
There is a... There was a guild that was very heavily controlled by Barrett. That is now seriously in flux. Things are kind of a free-for-all in the market at the moment.
Okay. I might have to, before we leave, I might have to go talk to some people about stabilizing that sort of situation. Maybe setting up a small exchange.
Danielle probably, and certainly LL, probably have their fingers in that because they're interested in having control.
Right. Well, I'm not looking to have control necessarily, but investing in the stability of the market, I think would be a good idea.
Okay. In what way?
Well, with the recent uprising and of course the loss of a lot of nobles, there's probably significant instability right now, as far as just getting things in and out of the city and basic stuff. I was thinking about getting things reorganized. I don't know how many. I don't know how badly it was disrupted with all the recent fighting, but
right.
investing.
Importing things into the city would be highly profitable right now because there would be need for imports.
But I was thinking about investing mostly. We've got an increasing amount of capital, especially with these titles. And I would think some judicious loaning and some slight reorganization maybe could get things back on their feet, moving around.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're talking about starting up a trading company?
Yeah, or a trading company, guild, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
A small one, you know.
Yeah, you can. That's something maybe we can work on between sessions, but sort of anything
it'll have
that
to be.
you can imagine.
And
likewise, with Tori's estate, it sounds like he's sort of setting up a temple to Obadai.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I won't go into it too much, but my basic idea for my estate is to start a really awesome live music tavern venue. Which also has like Tinker and Spy symbols all over it, so people know that they can come there for information.
Okay.
It's gonna be a hub.
Yeah, it sounds like an Adventurers Guild hub.
Yeah, with music.
Yeah. Nice.
A Bardic College.
No, we're not.
We could do a Bardic College.
Fair training, flexing.
Yeah, Chaka starts up a tattoo artist school.
Masterclass.
Yes.
People like come in and they're like, accounting, and we're like, oh yeah, you gotta see this guy.
Oh,
look
yeah,
at government books.
Full contact accountancy. It's amazing. It's tricky, but it's amazing. Yes. All right.
All right.
Well, first we should get going to Dragomic.
Yeah, can we? So we've got our wagon ready. We've got Gabriella with us. I assume she still wants to.
We need to go back to the dude and accept his offer before we like pop out of town. Oh yeah, by the way, we.
Send a messenger.
All right, I guess. Yeah.
Chaka can pick up somebody, be like, you.
Chaka picks up with someone and says, "You." Hello,
Send this message.
He does that.
Thank you, Chaka.
Yes, Chaka, sir.
Chaka will miss this place and all of his friends.
Skipping. I've got a message for Chaka.
I chart a course for Dragonwick. What kind of journey can we anticipate?
So the most direct path between Dorjan and Dragonwick goes through the Avanti swamps. It's about a day journey out to the south through the farmlands that kind of surround Dorjan before you get into the swamps. And then it's about a week's worth of journey through. Give me like a gather information, survival. Actually, don't know what the skill that would be appropriate is. Survival.
It could be a knowledge check, depending on knowledge of the lay of the land, or survival if it's like...
I'm thinking like hearing rumors or that kind of thing. So it would probably be a knowledge check. Do any of you have any corresponding appropriate knowledges?
I've got a little bit of survival. Keeper has more than I do.
We're all proficient in survival now.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah. At the end of last session, all of you guys now have the folk hero background in addition to whatever else you had. Tori.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can also roll to 8, and my sailor background also gives me proficiency in navigator's tools, which might or might not be helpful.
There's water in swamp.
Yeah. Right? I can, like,
Right.
use a sextant, and it's the same stars on land as on... Yeah.
You can give me a general knowledge check for like local knowledge.
I rolled a 13.
A 13?
Nope.
Yeah, what you do know about the swamp, I mean, you have heard rumors that the path is very dangerous. Merchants definitely try to avoid that path because it's just not worth the risk of losing all of your goods. You know that the swamp is largely infested by bullywugs, lizard people, and assorted toads.
General swamp stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the farmers, you know, there are rumors that it's haunted with fae and other dark creatures who harbor malevolent feelings towards the civilized races.
I see. I get rid of protection from elements, and I learn magic circle instead. I prepare magic circle.
Okay.
And I'm prepared to begin the trip to Dragonwick.
So you said that we probably couldn't tame the Hellhound, but we could still like have him as part of our show in a cage.
Yeah.
We could. Yes, we could get a cage for the Hellhound.
Yeah, like how hard would that be?
I mean, very hard. That's what makes it impressive. It's an awful, hellish creature that is always insane, belches fire, otherworldly
It's
cash.
very hard cage. Very
Well,
hard.
it was already behind bars when we found it, right?
We'll just make people sign a waiver if they want to see it.
Right.
I think we should probably be doing that anyway. I'm a little
Yeah,
surprised
like,
you suggested
The
it.
explicit
The most
danger of the
dangerous
Hellhound. That kind of thing's a moneymaker. I mean, people like danger.
Well, just think of the metaphysical implications of an actual live hellhound right there in front of you. People would pay top dollar for that, to have their minds blown.
Especially if we can get it to blow fire on command somehow. I think
with a poking rod.
Yeah.
probably. Yeah. Just like a guy with a bunch of padding, a bunch of fireproof padding, and a stick.
A chaka with a wet coat.
If only we had a
Yes.
Holocaust cloak.
I got it from Miracle Max.
It's so nice that I could keep it.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
What have you done? I wish I done, but I don't take any responsibility for any of this.
So, do hellhounds, do they breathe fire?
Yes.
Like
in
how
a
far?
cone. It's like a 20-foot cone.
Okay.
Pyrotechnics.
It's made out of wood.
Well, that's what I was thinking. If we could like make it somehow fireproof on all the sides and just have it out the back, like that would look pretty cool.
Like we could make a stage with like holes in it, and then put the hellhound underneath it, and go, woof, and then and Chaka can rise and fight bears.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. That sounds pretty well perfect, actually.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure you can get something rigged up, some kind of like basically iron cage that just has little slits on the back that completely contains it.
I'm gonna name him Bingo.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here, I've got something better than magic circle. I prepare instead of magic circle, I prepare clairvoyance.
Okay.
Okay, if we have our hellhound, Mac is ready to go.
Alrighty.
Chaka,
Alright,
who is ready
You
for
probably
it?
have about 10 days journey ahead of you, so I assume you pull together appropriate supplies.
Yeah.
Chaka calls together a small meeting of all of his fans and says with a farewell address that he will miss them always and gives out more free tattoos. Anyone who has not gotten free tattoo to mark revolution needs one now, because Chaka live forever.
Do you have a specific symbol that you're happening on people?
Say what?
Thorn gets a tattoo because it's free.
Right, and it's also you. Chaka, these are free revolution tattoos. I guess you kind of help. Yeah, Chaka gives Thorn a free tattoo. Chaka gives out any last remaining tattoos necessary.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys correspond with LL. He basically gives you about, he calls you to his manor, opens one of his enormous vaults, and starts unloading gold bars. Puts about 20,000 gold in your possession for the purchase of the equipment. He says that his contact is Agar, who is the chief pyrotechnicist of the Arsonists Guild in Dragonway.
How much does he like that job? Because we could use the pyrotechnics. We could use them.
Especially if he
Why we need more? We already have Hellhound with flames.
You can always have more, Chaka. Always have more.
I'd say the Hellhound's more of a mascot than a pyrotechnic expert. It's more of a pyrotechnics mascot.
We'd need an expert to become a handler at some point, I would imagine. To get the most out of our Hellhound, you know.
Can I use my my proficiency with the disguise to hide the gold in the wagon?
Yeah, actually, maybe you have the wagon with a false bottom that you guys use to transport weapons into town. You could hide it in that. If you made that part of your character. Is that what you were thinking, or do you want something different?
I kind of feel like as part of our show wagon, like we're probably gonna get in enough trouble that it probably behooves us to get some false bottoms and shit placed in that. You never know when you smuggle something for someone.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You talk to like Badger, and he puts you in touch with his black market carpenter. Doesn't work.
His name is Jesus.
Black market carpentry. Wait, no, I have carpentry. That's right. From the folk hero thing.
I did.
Yeah. I didn't know what else to take, so I took carpentry. Like, why not?
Nice.
There we go.
Or I'm proficient in carpenter's tools anyway. So.
Yeah, that makes it.
Yeah. Well.
So. No, I know it's just funny.
No.
All right. Yeah.
I didn't have one boring profession, so you know. I figured two is better. So.
Let's work doing the upgrades and tune-ups. LL also gives you a 10% commission on the work, so he gives you 2,000 gold to split amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Okay.
500 each.
Yeah.
Yep. Excellent.
Anything else we want to do? I think we're good.
Yeah. I have to check on some things, but not until we get to Dragonwick, so. Unless there's any way to get adamantine in this town, but I doubt it.
With supplies disrupted,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It currently isn't possible.
Yeah.
It's definitely the sort of thing you want to be able to track down in Dragonwick, in some corner at least. It's not their specialty, but
No, but they should have it somewhere. It's a big enough town. Yeah.
it's a port town, so. Alright. You guys hit the road?
Could I before I leave set things in order with our little manners or whatever that we got, or have those not yet been transferred to us?
Yeah, they've been transferred to you, and you can kind of. There are a couple of sort of handlers and servants that are associated with that manor that you can get set up. Find yourself.
I spend all 500 of the gold pieces that we got on this new setup here to outfit them with disguise kits and forgery equipment and all the things that they need to do to manage their affairs as they collect dirt on all of the officials on the entire city through mostly confession, but other methods, other seedier methods that they have to.
Okay.
And I need and not to be aggressive, but to be patient and lay seeds to siphon this information out, because it's ultimately going to be essential in getting their cooperation further down the road.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you get your priests set up as spies in this city.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just to start laying down roots.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take them some time to get in, but they have their orders.
Mm-hmm. Every corruption, every sin, every foul deed.
Does that include sins against nature?
Especially sins against nature. I hit him. I strike him.
Yes, sir.
Or Obadiah.
Oh god.
And I disappear into the shadows.
It's a horrible swamp.
Yes.
To the horrible swamp.
No, it's a lovely swamp.
Oh, actually, yeah. Before we go, sorry. I want to hit up the market district and see if I can't find some likely youth looking to break into mercantilism and take them on as what's it?
Apprentice?
Apprentice, that's the word. Yeah, because I don't actually want to stick around here and run any sort of thing personally, because we get traveling and entertaining to do. But
Yeah.
I'm going to need someone trustworthy to run the place once we get it set up. So.
Okay. How about like you're well known. You put up like an advertisement posting on a jobs board, and like mathematically adept youth come and interview with you for the position.
Nice. I'm also going to need one who's okay with danger, because they're going to come with me on the trip to learn about trading firsthand. So I don't need like a fighter or anything, but just, someone who's not going to run scared when we travel through the swamp.
Yeah, ultimately you settle on Barry, a mathematician who's missing 3 fingers that he lost to a gambling debt.
Yes! Oh, he's a fellow gambler. Awesome.
Gambler in this caravan.
Barry, the gambler.
No dice! No dice, guys!
Wait, man, you just gotta play the odds!
Right?
It's just math. As long as you're better at the probabilities than your opponent, you're fine, unless the dice fall against you, but whatever.
I'm going to reinitialize the chat so maybe the video will work. One second.
Sure.
Someone else who will understand what I'm talking about.
God, there's 2 of them now.
Yeah, you kind of chat with him and get him on the same page for the initial, routes that you want laid down for your new operation.
But he's coming with us?
No, he's staying behind to get Darius's new guild established.
Yeah, well, as long as he doesn't need, as long as he's sufficiently cogent not to need training. I mean,
It's up to you if you want him to come along. He seems, I mean, he's not as good as you.
no, but you know what? I think I'd like him to come along just to judge his skill and also to judge his loyalty. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
If he's willing to have a horrible swap with a hellhound, then he's probably pretty loyal.
I know, but I mean, he needs to be like part of the group rather than just a guy I hire.
He's excited about this new unpaid internship that he believes will lead to a full-time position.
You did tell him it was unpaid, right?
I mean, I kind of let him fill in the blanks. Yeah. There might be payment in there at some point, depending on his performance. We are a performance-based outfit.
True.
You might get a performance award.
Yeah. He'll get bonuses.
Not with 7 fingers, he's not. Saying, what kind of instrument is he gonna play? Half a flute?
The jugs.
Washboard.
There you go. He'll just strum it with his knuckles.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, God.
All right, so you guys kind of get your affairs wrapped up, pull your caravan together, lash up the mules, and get headed out. Let me grab a glass of water while Tori is trying to log back on before it gets too dry.
I feel good about this.
Barrier or the swamp?
Both. Either. Be fine. He's the kind of gung ho go getter we need in this business.
What do you mean? We're all go-getters.
I mean, yeah, no, you guys are too, but I need someone I can trust to leave behind later to run the place. We get it.
Someone expendable and trustworthy.
Precisely. Like an unpaid intern.
Is Gabriella coming with you guys too, or is she staying behind in...
If she wants to
One
come,
of your
she
new
should
members.
come.
We're
We're not
having
getting
her make bear suits, right?
Yeah.
She would be honored to be your new costume designer and stick with you. She's kind of looking for purpose ever since she burned down her family's ancestral home.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been upsetting.
It was kind of rough.
But
Yeah, let's not. Alright. You guys head out of town. The first day is pretty easygoing. You're kind of heading out through the farmlands around the city. You notice that commerce is pretty active. Everything seems to be kind of humming with the change. Whereas things were much quieter the last time you were out here. There are more people on the road. Although, if anything, things almost seem maybe a little bit frenzied, like people are unsure about the state of things, and they're struggling to secure themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense. There was just a revolution.
Mac's gonna kind of like try to allay some of the frenzy as she chats with people and just kind of try to put people at ease, let them know that while things were kind of up in the air and in Dorjan, that it's settled down, there is order, even if it's different order, and I can roll persuasion or something.
Yeah, go ahead, please do.
Nice.
Plus 11. So, 28.
28. Yeah, around lunchtime, you're kind of parked at the side of the road, and you start talking to one or two villagers, which quickly becomes 30. And you sort of set some of their fears to rest. You see people kind of nodding along with you as you speak.
And at the end, she plugs her new tavern.
Which is called... You can decide that or not.
Silver Banjo.
The Silver Banjo?
Silver banjo.
I like it.
Sorry, I'm trying to write these things down. Sorry for the pause. So you guys travel through the rest of the first day, which is pretty easy, until you get to sort of the outskirts of the swamp, maybe around like 5 p.m. You probably still have about another 3 hours worth of daylight left, sort of early summer. And you can choose to make outside of the swamp here, or to press in for your remaining hours of sunlight and make camp inside the swamp for your first night.
I mean, we're eventually going to have to sleep in the swamp anyway. I don't see any reason to put it off.
We can get a little bit further in. Well, if we stay near the outskirts, it'll be safer first. For the first night, anyway. And then have a full day of it tomorrow.
Mac or Thorn? Or I'm Mac. Chaka or Thorn?
I'm good. I don't. What do you want me to do?
Do you have an opinion whether we keep going for the day or sleep outside the swamp for the first night?
I say we keep going.
It's kind of...
Okay.
I mean,
Relentless forward motion.
Alright.
yeah.
Sure.
Boulders love to roll in swamps.
You guys press in, and the sort of grasslands give way to... everything gets more stagnant and murky and rattier. As you start getting into the swamps, there's like scrubby brush growth that then later gives way to kind of a low canopy cover, rolling canopy cover. The road you're traveling on is not too bad. I mean, it's a little murky, but it's pretty passable as long as you stay on the road. As you get deeper in and night starts to settle down, I assume you make camp for the night?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you set up your camp?
Let's see, how many wagons do we have?
I trance out in a tree.
I think we just have one, don't we? Do we take two?
I think we have to have more than one. Because we've got...
I mean, you got at least a supply van, you've got a bear cart, you've got a hellhound cart. You probably have 3 or 4.
I mean, yeah, hellhound would have to be on its own, bears are on their own, unless they're just walking. Supply cart would, I guess, include the 20,000 in gold bars. It's going to be a heavy cart.
Yeah.
And one for us to ride on. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 at least.
Yeah, let's call it 4.
Okay.
And you've got like 8 mules, or 6 to 8 mules pulling all of this along.
Yeah. Suppose we could triangle up the other 3 with the supply cart in the center. So I feel like that gold should be probably protected. And let the bears out to wander around.
And the hellhound!
Mm.
Yeah, we probably should let the bears out.
Yeah. They're gonna need to
Do the bear princess.
Yeah, we are in the woods after all.
I'm not picking that up.
What? Hey.
And what
This
kind of
one,
watch?
you don't need to pick it up. So
What kind of watch do you guys set?
I'm wood elf, so I watched the whole night.
What are the rules around Wood Elf?
I don't sleep. I trance for 4 hours, but I maintain a perfect state of awareness during that time.
Really?
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Okay.
Friggin' elves.
Do you have alarm thorn? I mean, do we want to set... I mean, if Thorn's going to be up all night, we could still do a secondary watch, or we could just have Thorn.
Um,
What's your passive perception, Thorn?
16.
Yeah, I feel good.
But you can still maintain awareness through the trance?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
It's just a period of inactivity, but it's still a state of total awareness of my surroundings.
Okay. Yeah, as night descends, the swamp really comes to life. You heard like crickets and grasshoppers and all that before, but as night descends, like there's just a cacophony of wild noise around you. You hear, in addition to the existing cicadas and crickets and grasshoppers, bullfrogs, like coyotes. The trees just outside of your camp seem completely alive with the nightlight.
God. I don't like this place.
Yeah, it's a lot of wilderness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thorn just soaks it in from up in his tree.
Okay. And the first night passes rather uneventfully. You guys get going in the morning, and give me perception as you break camp.
Sure.
Mac hasn't gotten
What was
right.
that?
Give me a perception as you break camp.
Oh. Nope. 7. Or perception is just wisdom, right? Yeah.
Yep.
5.
Shaka. Oh, I get -1. So, I got negative.
How is that possible?
I got
You're still doing better than Darius and I.
Yeah. That's terrible.
What did Thorn get? Oh,
I got a 12.
oh Shaka.
No.
13.
I can still beat the elf.
Well, my passive is 16. But
Right. So Chaka and Thorn, as you guys are breaking camp, you, as you're going in the morning, you notice like animal tracks a bit of a ways out, sort of circling and pattering around in the road, maybe like 90 feet out from your camp. Obviously, things were interested in your firelight over the night. You guys break camp and head out for the morning. There's kind of like a murky half-light as you delve deeper into the swamp. The canopy filters out most of the direct sunlight. And give me either a single or a group survival check, either one. If one of you has a really strong survival, you can do it that way. Or if you want to do a group survival, you all roll it, and if the majority make it, then...
What's your survival, Thorn?
I have +6. I rolled a 12 total.
Ah.
That's pretty good.
+3.
Ditto.
Might as well roll it.
Proficiency.
Yeah. 6.
21.
5.
I have not rolled above 5 yet. That's worrying.
Alright, save it for the bullywugs.
Yeah. I know. Don't need it. Alright, so Mac is the only one who sees anything. I'm too busy swatting at bugs.
Yeah, Mac and Thorn kind of keep you on the track. There are some places where the path is a bit overgrown, and everything sort of levels out, but Mac and Thorn sort of break up and
Like all of a sudden he's up to his neck and murk. You guys have to like drag him out with some ropes.
Slowing everything down.
Like the mules, like, come on.
wool absorbs too much water. Yeah, Mac and Thorn keep you on track. You make your way through the day.
Chaka doesn't clean the mud off of him. He thinks it's good for his pores, but he begins to smell.
God.
As
How much
you
longer do we have to be in this swamp?
To be fair, it probably is good for his pores.
As you guys make your way through the day, around about mid-morning, further up along the track, walking, well, actually crossing the path, you see a really tall, lanky humanoid form. He seems to be like in bedraggled clothing, carrying a bastard sword at his side. Yeah, crosses the path and doesn't seem to see you guys. Like, I don't know, 100 yards away.
Is he alone? I look out for his buddies.
Give me a perception check.
He's an elf, you said?
He's a
Humanoid.
tall, lanky form. Tall, lanky humanoid.
Oh, okay.
Got a 9.
Okay. You don't see anybody else with him. He appears to be alone.
Mac kind of like raises her hand and goes, "Hey, buddy!"
When you say tall, do you mean like tall, like large tall?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, like elf tall.
Okay.
Yeah, you see he hears the noise and he stops just kind of half off the path and turns around and looks at you guys and just pauses and waits while you approach. He appears to be, a pretty bedraggled elf, carrying an unsheathed bastard sword at his side. And he looks at you and kind of grunts as you approach.
Mac's like, "Hail, friend!"
Oh, is this one of the swamp elves? Oh, I'm so excited.
The Goliath starts jumping up and down. Swamp elf, swamp elf, swamp elf.
It's like inking grime
Chaka,
across
that's
his
rude.
bastard
Don't-
sword.
Sorry,
We don't-
John
don't
is
swap-
excited. Not Chaka. John is super excited right now. Take me to your life tree, Chaka doesn't say.
You see,
Oh no.
he kind of grunts for a moment as though he hasn't used his voice in a long time. He says, "Hi."
We're heading through the swamp to Dragonwick. Do you have any news on the road? How's the condition?
Shitty.
Agreed.
We've been kind of getting that.
He's got
Any-
like branches and twigs in his dreaded up hair. It's all full of mud.
Yeah, you got a little thing. Right? You got a little thing right here. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Chaka also licks a little bit off of him to kind of,
Show solidarity.
yeah.
He sniffs at you as you do.
God.
Yeah, we kind of grunt and sniff at each other for a little bit. Does he have any like full tattoos?
To Dragonwick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Careful. A lot of frogs out there.
The swamp.
We're kind of expecting that. Is the road all right? We're not gonna sink if we stick to it.
He kind of eyes all your carts up and down. Definitely gonna sink. You guys are fools. Better to turn back.
We kind of need to get through.
John, would your carpentry knowledge be able to change any of these carts into boats?
Could you caulk the wagons? Can we hire him?
I feel like I've done that once already, haven't we? When we were crossing the river before the haunted house.
Oregon Trail
I
comes.
called-
Someone died. I forget.
Yeah, I think we did.
Are you saying that it's already cocked up from doing this before?
One of them is, yeah.
One's already.
Now that I actually know how to use carpentry tools, it'll be a lot easier this time around. I think we're good.
Yeah, I mean, you're a carpenter and a pirate. You're totally good at making it.
Pirate. I'm
Sailor, sure, whatever. I forgot. Sailor. Yeah, when you legitimize your stealing with accountancy, it's not
Hey.
pirate.
I work for a legitimate business interest, okay?
Sir Francis
It's a
Drake.
little unorthodox.
Can we try to convince him to guide us through the swamp?
What do you say to him? What do you offer him?
Don't
Yes,
worry,
Francis.
Taka will handle negotiations.
Oh no.
Taka takes out a small mummified goblin hand. He offers it up in both hands forwardly to the elf, and he says, "Chaka, offer you this if you will guide us through swampland."
Give me a persuasion check.
Chaka good at persuasion, better at intimidation, but Chaka great. Chaka convinces him with
Around at you and says, he sniffs the goblin hand, which, Thorn, with your perception, you could swear for a moment, like, before Chaka unwraps it, you just see the cloth twitch momentarily. But the bog elf looks at it and says,
Poppin' fresh.
good offer, but I'm busy right now.
Mac pulls out of her bag the serpent venom. She's got 4 vials of serpent venom from somewhere.
Uh-huh.
She picked up in her inventory.
All right.
And she's like, these seem like they'd be pretty useful against the frogs. 4 of them.
Most-
2 now, 2 when we get through.
Most of those vermin are immune to poison. They've bred it out over millions of generations over the last 5 years.
Racist.
What about this
How
necklace
about- How about sharp edges? Are they immune to sharp edges? We've got a mithril dagger from somewhere.
Well,
It's
there you
probably
go.
really fancy looking. Yeah. It's probably of elven design.
You see him give me one more persuasion check.
Who?
He, either of you who are making offers. You see he seems to be starting to lose interest.
18?
Yeah, and he's like,
18?
oh, 18?
I'm really...
He looks at you, he's like, I've got business to attend to today, but I'll tell you this. Watch out up on the road ahead. I came across a group of dwarves. They seemed like pretty grubby folk. Wouldn't trust them. I skirted wide around them.
kind of racist.
Dwarves out in the swamp?
I'm just saying anything that lives in the ground is vermin. That's not racist.
Chaka could agree with that.
Sounds reasonable.
No, don't you live in grounds? I always forget.
When you say that, you see he kind of gets a far-off look, and he sighs. That way.
Yeah, but it's really gross now.
I better get going before my quarry gets away. Good luck out there.
I'm imagining this elf being played by Billy Bob Thornton in the character of Sling Blade.
He's much more confident than that. He seems more of like the last of the Mohicans. With like the Vincent Serrano as
This is a bastard sword. Some people call it a hand and a half, but I call it a bastard sword.
Oh my goodness.
He kind of goes tromping off into the muck, and a few paces out, you see him disappear off into the trees and brush. For his size, he seems to glide surprisingly lightly across the surface of the muck.
Mac wants to find a stick to kind of like, so she can walk ahead of the wagons and kind of poke the ground, so that since he said that we were going to sink, she wants to be kind of like testing the ground as she goes.
Yeah, you find yourself a nice, like, 10-foot long pole and go along tapping the ground as you go along.
Yeah,
Start muttering gnomish.
Thorn can walk along the path ahead of the cart, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that, and I look out. I spot for the carts so that we won't get stuck here in this quagmire.
Okay. Yeah. Thorn goes out walking ahead. Mac, you're up driving the mules and also have your pole kind of testing out in front of them immediately. You guys continue along on your way.
Start caulking up the carts as we're going, muttering gnomish curses about old bog elves.
Surprising litany of gnomish curses about bog elves.
What do you got against bog elves?
They're disgusting. They probably interbreed with those bullywugs, you know? I mean, I've heard things about them.
Don't let
I do have relatives, or used to have relatives in Dragonleaf. They all said the same thing. They're no better than they should be. I mean,
That's because you live underground.
You know, that's a very 13th century attitude that you have there.
yeah, well.
I'm just gonna say.
You know, now that I've personally met one, I can say I know a bog elf, so that makes me not racist, I believe.
Now I can just generalize that they're all filthy thugs.
Right! And I'm not wrong.
Myself.
Fucking bog elves.
You guys continue on through the day. You kind of spot a few murky patches that you're able, between Thorn and Mac, you're able to kind of navigate around without slowing yourselves down. And you make camp for the second night.
I just found out I'm racist against stout halflings.
Are you?
Yeah,
Really?
I decided I would roll to see who owned me as a gladiatorial slave, like as a in the pits. So I rolled up an incarnation chart. Is someone a stout halfling? No one's a stout halfling, are they?
Nope.
All right.
Thorn is an elf. We're all racists.
There you go.
This is true.
What race are you, Mac?
Human.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I have a Goliath, an elf, a human, and a gnome.
I'm the normal one. You're all weirdos.
I would beg to differ. Chaka clearly most normal. Chaka only one who eat rock. Chaka only one who use rock for currency. Chaka the only one who carry rock for like backup emergencies. You all don't even know. I'll be normal. Chaka takes out an emergency rock and starts snacking on it.
Mac's going to suggest, not apropos of this conversation, that maybe Chaka, since maybe you should go to the back of the caravan and make sure that the end of the train is okay.
Oh, always getting what's the rear guard duty?
It's because you're so tall and strong.
Oh yes, always in charge of B team. Don't give me that bull crap anymore. Chaka goes to the back of the carts, mumbling and kicking mush and muck.
Chaka, the tank will always be A team to me.
Oh, thanks, Thorn. You're a friend.
You guys continue on through the day, bantering, making your way through some difficult spots, but managing more or less all right. You make camp for the second night, and I assume Thorn again watches through the night. I assume what you outlined is your like general strategy, right?
That's my. I stick to my strategy because it's kept me alive for a couple hundred years so far.
Okay. You said your passive perception is 16?
Yeah.
Okay. In the night, you kind of hear, like, off in the darkness, still a distance away, but you hear, like, kind of some baritone huffing around the edge of your camp. And as you listen, you hear it kind of circle at a distance, maybe
Hey, sorry.
100 feet out around your perimeter.
Okay.
Firefox crashed.
I take pieces of bark, and one by one, I toss them onto my sleeping party members below.
Wait, what?
And wake them up as I hear this thing transitioning around the campsite. So one by one, I wake up Chaka, and then Mac, and then what's your name, Harden?
Darius.
Darius.
Yeah.
Do any of you have passive perception 15 or higher?
No.
Thor does.
Just Thorn?
Yeah.
Okay. None of the rest of you can hear what he's waking you up for. You see him up in the tree, pinging you with bits of bark.
Mac's been in front of so many magical amplifiers in her life that her hearing's actually mostly gone.
Once they're up, I just sit and watch and wait.
What's that? The hell,
I-
Thorn?
I just make a symbol with my fingers saying that I've spotted something out in the distance, and I'm watching where for any movement.
Yeah, you hear kind of snuffing
It's wailing around.
or two and dragging noises, and then at some of the noise that your companions make, it kind of fades away.
Mac's gonna cast Prestidigitation, kind of off in the distance, and make it look like there's like a light moving through the forest, like in the
Okay.
direction that Thorn indicated.
Okay.
Just to see if that flushes something out.
Yeah, your light kind of drifts through the woods and it illuminates some of the trees out in that area. But let's see, you see like some knocked over, broken over saplings and that kind of thing. But you don't see anything out that direction.
Nothing reacts to the light.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I just watch for any more movement and these guys and allow these guys to go back to sleep if nothing disturbs us.
Yeah, you guys wait a bit longer, and it seems like whatever it was seems to have been scared away. And you guys settle back down to sleep with Norn on watch for the rest of the night.
Alright.
It didn't go very far out.
Okay.
I wonder if Thorn is part bog elf. That would make sense. As I go back to sleep.
Yeah, you pass the rest of the night uneventfully, and the thick gray morning sort of rises eventually, and you get ready to head out.
Can we see anything? Like maybe Thorn, do you want to see if you can track anything out there? See what it was?
Yeah, sure. I walk through the swamp and try to look in the area that I heard the commotion take place, and I search for traps.
Give me a survival check.
20 total. A gentleman's 20.
A gentleman's 20? All right. Yeah, you see a bunch of like disturbed brush, broken over saplings, and you see thick reptilian tracks. The feet must be like a foot across.
Feet a foot across?
Yeah. God damn it. About a decimeter. Decimeter and a half, I would say.
Does it seem like they're heading in the same direction that we are leaving for, or do they disappear off into the brush?
You're heading to the south. The tracks come in and encounter your camp from sort of the southeast, and then kind of make a loop around. It seemed like almost like they clearly noticed you and was investigating, and then disappeared off to the west. It looks like some sort of large, from the spacing of the tracks, you would say a four-legged lizard of some sort, and there's a distinct like drag mark in the middle between the feet prints, which with your 20 you would say is some kind of like dragging underbelly or tail.
So like some kind of alligator?
It doesn't quite look like alligator tracks. You've seen alligator tracks before, Thorn, and it doesn't quite look like an alligator.
Mac comes
Could be
over and
good
looks
for
at them
the
and goes, must be the dwarves.
The belly must be higher off the ground than an alligator.
Captain I used to work for had a pet alligator. It'd be a good addition to the show. They're pretty cool.
Well, This is one mystery I can leave unsolved. If we try to figure out what it was that creeped up on the camp last night, then we'll lose time off of our journey south.
Can I roll survival? Just give it a shot.
Yeah, go for it.
Look at your position.
17.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
You observe a lot of the same things that Thorn noticed with his 20, and you feel like you have a pretty good picture of like some sort of large four-legged lizard with a tail that drags, but not a belly, so it's like upright, tall.
Okay.
You guys break camp for the second day and give me a survival check for your navigation on the third day.
Nope.
Yeah, 14.
Sorry, what are we rolling? I'm getting distracted.
Survival.
I get an 18.
Nice. Chaka will lead us through the swamp.
Chaka's in the back because you put him in the back. Chaka's gonna.
I just don't want our last wagon to disappear and all of a sudden it's night and we're making camp and we're like, wait, what happened to our fourth wagon?
The hellhound.
Yeah.
The hellhound has to be in the last wagon, right?
Chaka begins to train. Well, and by train he means poke with a stick. Until he's able to get the hellhound to like blow fire out on not random intervals.
I think the hellhound is in the wagon with the gold. I think that makes
Does it make sense? All the
I
gold.
think that's a terrible idea. Yeah. No.
some idea.
Sounds like a great idea to me.
I thought we put him in the
that
back
idea.
like, so he could like shoot flames out the back of the caboose.
Yeah.
Give me an animal handling check, Shaka.
Say what?
Give me an animal handling check.
That's a 20. No. 2.
Yeah. The whole back cart just like rocks.
Wait, you also got animal handling from Folk Hero.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's why I have it too.
5.
Yeah, the rest of you hear from the back of the caravan just like the clanking of steel and these otherworldly howls. You're getting out, and you see the back cart just like rocking up on 2 wheels as the animal pitches itself against the wall from inside.
Mac kind of nudges Darius. She's like, see, I told you it's going to be great.
It's amazing, but we should get out of the swamp first.
Quit torturing Bingo!
We're gonna die here, and it's gonna be our own fault.
Darius, however we die, it's probably going to be our own fault.
Yeah, that's most likely the case. We definitely don't have the gold bars in that cage. That's a terrible idea.
It's not the cage, it's the same wagon. The cage is in the wagon.
I guess. I was just imagining the wagon as a cage for the hellhound.
Yeah, imagining too.
Yeah.
But you could have a false bottom under that it like comes out.
No, I'm not a carpenter, so.
I mean, yeah, we could do that. That's the thing we could do. I guess it would keep it safer. I'm just worried about it all melting together into one big unspendable mass.
Anyways, we continue on.
Yeah, you guys continue on with your survival check. You guys kind of as a team keep the wagons out of trouble and keep yourself on track. And about mid-afternoon, what was the high on your survival checks?
18 from Chaka.
18? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, about mid-afternoon, you have a passive perception of 16 is the high?
Yep, from Thorn.
Thorn, you're kind of skirting along the road out ahead, and among the like pools and trees off to the right of the road, you notice like a small wake traveling underneath the surface of the water near the road. Maybe about 40 feet out ahead of you. We'll say you're 30 feet in front of the caravan.
Okay. Yeah, I notch an arrow and shout in warning that something's coming in on us fast. And I head for high ground.
Okay, yeah, there are trees around. You could probably leap to one and climb from the road if you wanted.
Yeah, can I double climb 30 feet into the air?
Yeah. Okay, so you guys see Thorn shout some kind of warning out ahead of you, and then leap to a nearby tree and climb up into the lower branches.
Okay. Mac is gonna yell at Gabriella to circle the wagons, then kind of ready herself.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Gabriella starts like pulling the mules under control. Darius and Chaka, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to have Barry help Gabriella and then get my weapons out and put myself between where Thorn is and where the carts are.
Yeah. Okay.
Chaka will climb up on like one of the carts and he'll grab his javelins, one in each hand,
Onto the top of the carts?
onto the top of the fourth cart. Well, maybe the third cart. No, I'll be on the top of the fourth cart and watch the rear.
Okay. Thorn, you see the wake that you spotted on the right side of the road kind of drifting along underneath the water. The road kind of descends into mud for about 30 feet and then is kind of full-on swamp water.
Mm-hmm.
It basically double moves 60 feet up to be adjacent with the caravan. You can't quite see what it is yet through the murky water.
Can we see it yet?
Thorn has pointed it out, and now that he's pointed it, you can see, yeah, there's this like wake and little stream of bubbles.
And is it between
the
him and
surface.
us? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right next. It's right next to the caravan now.
Yeah. At the front.
Right.
Chaka's up on top, Thorn's in the tree. Do you guys have anything else you want to do, or are you just readying?
Ready in action to attack if need be.
Yeah, does it have like total concealment from me? I could attack it, but I'd have like disadvantage.
Yes, exactly.
I think I want to do that since it's coming in close. I'm going to fire a shot into the water where I can see the motion is centered at.
Okay. Yeah. Take your shot.
Fire with disadvantage. I got 21.
21 hits. Yeah, your arrow goes like just plops down into the water.
That's a good roll.
And suddenly this enormous, like, large crayfish-like beast bursts screaming through the water, towering over Darius and Mac down at the front of the caravan.
I hate swamps!
Screaming, waves huge pincer off, flapping its crayfish tail, and kind of out that are waving in your faces.
Good God, it's hideous.
How much damage do you deal, Thorn?
I did 1 plus 3, so I did 4 points damage to it.
Okay, just enough. There's a little trickle of blood coming out between its carapace where you pegged it.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's do initiative.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Better than Mac.
Oh, good God.
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness.
That was the fastest.
You all
And then the hideous aberrations of the deep rose up and pulled you back all into the primordial murk from whence you came.
We got this, guys. Guys.
Guys?
Max is throwing up in a bunch of, disgusting.
Yeah.
It brings up horrible memories of old food poisoning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thorn, what's your dexterity so we can tell which of us goes first?
I've got 16 dexterity.
You go first, I'm sure.
I'm the fastest snub.
Oh, God. Alright, let's do this.
Wow, that's awful.
I didn't see that coming. Better initiative than some clutch death saving throws.
Yeah. And Darius, you are the only one who isn't caught flat-footed by the monstrous aberration that has risen from the mark in front of you.
Alright then. Oh, shit. Alright, well, I'm going to take a full attack action on it here. How many...
So it's about 20 feet out in front of you.
Okay.
But the road kind of descends into thick mud as it approaches the
edge.
The water of the swamp. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it's all difficult terrain then, is what you're
Difficult
saying.
terrain between you and it.
Damn. I don't have enough movement to get there.
Let's just draw a picture of this. So you've got your caravan, Chaka's on top, Mac and Darius in front. The road, we'll say, is 20 foot wide, and then you've got about 20 foot of difficult terrain mud that descends.
Mm-hmm.
So let's call it 10 feet of difficult terrain mud that descends into full-out water.
Okay.
So, yeah, 10 feet away from you, which is difficult terrain.
Okay. 10 feet is difficult terrain, 10 feet is not. I still only have 25-foot movement because I'm a gnome, so I'm 5 feet short of being able to get there. So...
No, you're at the edge of the road. You're not necessarily... Well, I wasn't imagining you necessarily in the middle of the road, so you should be in range and charge into it.
Okay. How many... this thing is still halfway in the water, right?
Yes. It's at the edge of the water.
And it's crayfish legs, so it probably has, like, 3-4 pairs of legs.
It has 6 legs, including its giant lobster pincer arms.
Alright, so a trip attack is out. Let's use a maneuvering. Let's see, I get 3 attacks. Total.
Oh, and a flipper tail.
And a tail. Wonderful. Alright, I'm just gonna run in screaming. It's fine. First attack, 11 to hit. Second attack, 23. Third attack, 22. Okay.
So 2 hits, 1 miss.
Alright, so I hit once with the rapier, once with the scimitar.
And you're like up your knees in mud by the time you reach it.
Oh god. The first... Sorry?
I said yours might be up to your waist.
Wonderful. Yeah, no, I'm definitely up to my waist at this point. The first successful attack, I'm gonna spend a superiority die and use maneuvering attack. So who else wants to close in? I guess probably Chaka.
I was going to, yeah.
All right. You can move half your movement towards the thing.
All right, I move half my movement towards the thing. I move 20 foot. Can I move along the tops of the caravan?
Yes.
All right.
You want the spring round, so you're free to be at the front of the caravan in that time for the start of this round.
I had said I was at the back. I didn't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. How long would you say our caravan is?
Each one's probably 10 foot long, so it's like 40 foot long.
Sure. So I make about 20 foot.
Already, so maybe 20 foot should be enough to get you to the front of the action on top of the caravans.
I will leave myself 10 foot of movement just for my next move.
Oh, for charging. Alrighty.
All right.
Okay. So damage, I do 11 plus 5. I do 16 points of damage to it total. I can calculate that individually if you need.
Nope, that's perfect.
Okay.
16. Yeah, it howls as you lash into it. You're wielding a...
I've got a scimitar in my offhand and Barrett's quill rapier in my main.
Wait.
Oh, sick. Nice. Yeah, you plunge into it. You go squealing and slap as you, like, part its carapace. Then it turns and rears up on you. And
oh god, this is gonna hurt.
You hear its pincers clack. And it plunges down at you. Let me see.
What's your armor class, Darius?
17.
Okay.
Okay, so it's got +6 to hit.
Homegrown.
It gets a 24 and a hit and a miss.
Okay.
So it does 2d6 plus 4. It does 12 points of damage as one of the monsters comes down and bites into you. And then give me an escape DC 14 as it attempts to grapple you with its pincer arm.
Oh, Jesus.
God, don't let it grapple you.
You can use, if you have escape artist, you can use that, or you can use strength.
Okay. Is escape artist acrobatics?
Yes. You can use, yeah, exactly. So you can use acrobatics or athletics.
Right. Acrobatics it is then. Shit. 13.
Darius lifted up out of the mug as it dead.
Oh, God!
Get out of the mud!
Oh,
Yeah?
let's see.
That did not go like I planned it.
In the commotion, Mac, where are you? You in the middle of the road?
Run to the caravan. I'm where Darius ran in front. We're like side by side.
Okay. You're watching this scene with Darius, and then in horror, and out of the corner of your eye behind you, you see another one of these abominations march up through the murk.
Okay.
It double moves and looms over you from behind,
Oh, God.
clacking eerily.
Okay.
And then it goes to Chaka.
Are these creatures large or huge?
They're large.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. I can't do what I was thinking about doing, but I'll do it. I'll do something else anyways.
Release the bears.
I will. Throw my, I'm just gonna do what I thought I was gonna do in the first place, and I'm just gonna be crazy.
Nice.
So I'm gonna cast as a bonus action with my ring of jumping. I'm gonna cast jump on myself. I'm gonna take a 10-foot running start over the carts, and as I jump, I'm gonna throw my javelins at the face of the creature. And
Okay.
as part of my movement, can I make an athletics check to kind of like land on the creature? I was hoping he was huge, but I don't think he is.
No, large. So you want to jump, throw 2 javelins with extra attack, is that right?
Yes.
And then land on the creature, and then what do you want to happen when you land on the creature?
Well, I was hoping to just, as an athletics fight, grab the creature, but I don't. I
At this
was
point,
gonna,
this is going to be
I was gonna
squishy.
try to climb on a bigger creature, but maybe if I jump behind it, am I just gonna jump and sink into the swamp?
It sort of makes sense for you to give up one of your attacks in order to, at the end of your movement, grapple the beast.
Yeah, I guess I don't necessarily want to grapple. I was trying to.
You could knock it prone and free
Cannonball into it. Yeah.
All right,
I was saying it loud.
I could give up one of my attacks to do that. I just was trying to throw both of them. Maybe I'll just land advantageously.
That'll work too.
Is there a place to flank or no?
There would be if Darius wasn't grappled.
Darius is grappled. All right, well.
I mean, just landing advantageously does involve less panache, though, so...
Yeah. All right, well, then I will throw 1 javelin, and I will try to grapple the creature thing.
Do you want to grapple it, or
knock it prone? I'll say knock it prone.
Okay. Then give me your attacks. And since you're jumping from above, you give yourself advantage on your drop kick.
So 1 javelin and 1 drop kick?
Yeah.
Javelin equals 12.
It goes plinking off of its carapace.
Drop kick equals natural 20.
No!
20? Yeah, you catch it right in the face. Give me, let's say, unarmed attacks are normally D6 damage, right?
D4 for non-monks.
Okay, well, it's a crit, so do like D4 plus double strength. Or 2D4 plus strength.
Oh, good roll.
What is that?
It'll be 10 damage.
Nice.
And he is prone. Chaka stands over him.
He goes flying backwards into the swamp murk, flat down into the water. Darius, you pop free from his claws as he goes free. You can give me maybe an acrobatics check to land favorably as you come down.
Sure. 19.
Yeah. Okay, so you can position yourself in a appropriate adjacent position that's like you land cat-like on your feet in the mark.
Nice. Without falling in somewhere. Yeah.
Chaka's huffing over the thing, and then it goes to Thorn,
impressive.
up in the 2 branches above. That was pretty impressive.
Now, are these things aberrations or are they animals?
They're aberrations.
Okay. That makes my decision much easier, as I just fire from my perch at the one that's attacking Darius.
Okay.
Cool, guys. I'll be fine.
Focus fire, Mac. Focus fire.
I got a 22, and I did 7 points of damage.
Yeah, you peg it right in its exposed underbelly.
Mm-hmm.
Damage.
Yeah, I take a look down from my perch 30 feet up. Is there like a patch of water near to Shaka and Darius that I can leap to that won't cause harm to me?
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like from the way this creature has been standing, like the water kind of tails off right in front of Darius and Shaka.
So I just crouched there preparing my escape route from my perch as I end my turn.
Okay. And then it goes to Mac. You have the other one of these beasts. You can see your friends fighting gleefully on the other side of the path.
I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on him.
Okay, on the one that's right in front of you?
Next to me, yeah.
Okay. What does that do?
He makes a Wiz saving throw.
Crowd control.
It's called Get the Hell Away From Me control.
Saving throw? Okay,
Yeah.
he has no bonus. What's the save?
14.
He gets a 4.
Okay. He takes 3d6 damage, and he has to move his full movement away from me.
Yeah, that buys us some time.
Nice.
Yeah, like Mac just like lets rip a like foul mouth like you're worse than that elf we saw earlier. Damaging him psychically. 7 points of
You heard
psychic
his
damage.
feelings.
Yeah, as Mac like just rips on her banjo and screeches at the thing, you see its little like eyes on the end of its eye stalks like retreat into the eye stalks a little bit, and then it turns tail. Does it do that immediately or on its turn?
No, immediately.
Okay, so it moves immediately 30 feet away, or 15 feet away from you through the difficult terrain, and it's like sloshing down out into the swamp again.
And then I'll use my bonus action to give... I'll give Darius a d8.
To attack?
Yeah, you can add that to an attack roll, a ability check, probably an attack roll.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
And also use it after you've rolled.
Right.
To add on. Okay.
How you roll. Yeah.
Right. Nice.
So does the crawfish continue to flee in successive turns? Okay, so it's just a single
not
move.
feared or anything. It just
does
let
an
that
immediate.
turn. Yeah.
Is it a double move or a single move?
It says as far as its speed allows.
Okay, I'm going to interpret that as 30 feet.
That's the way I would interpret it.
Cool. And then do you move at all now that you're freed up from being in close combat with it? Because you still have a move action.
No, I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay.
It moved away from the caravan, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna stay at the caravan.
That does put you within a move and then attack. If you were to take a 5-foot step back, it can no longer attack you on its turn. Although I guess it could attack the mules or something if it was so inclined.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with the caravan.
Okay.
I'll be alright.
Alright. It goes back up to Darius on the other side. You've just landed lightly after Chaka drop-kicked you out of its grasp.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stick it again. This thing needs to stay down. Yeah.
It's like knee-deep in the water in front of you.
Shit.
Ooh, what's your
10.
high roll there?
9, 16 is the high roll.
16 just hits.
You can use
Okay.
your 4s.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, but you'd need.
I'd need a lot. Yeah, on the 10, I'd still need to roll a 4 on that D6. Or what is it, D8 that you gave me? Oh. That might be worth enough. No, it's not. I'm going to need a 6. I'm going to save it.
Okay.
Alright, well that one attack then is with the what's it? The quill. I'm going to expend a superiority die to make a trip attack.
Alright.
Unless... Would you
It's
like some
already-
extra movement to run away?
It's already prone right now because it got drop kicked from.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Would you like some extra movement to run away, Mac?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. I'm not gonna bother expending a die then. I'm just gonna do 10 damage to it. Nice.
Yeah, it shrieks as you just lay into its belly.
Wait,
And,
if it's prone, would I have had advantage on those attacks?
do you get advantage for your opponent being prone?
With melee attacks, not ranged.
Oh, you're in melee, so then yes.
So let me re-roll those first two to see if I get it.
I think ranged
Yeah.
attacks should have disadvantage.
Alright, so 20 would hit, 12 would probably not.
12 does not. Okay, so you have one more hit.
Nice. Another 10. Another 10. Shit.
Sick.
Good
Yeah,
job.
it is now pretty well bloodied. It's got like a kind of thick black blood that's oozing out through all the cracks and cuts in its carapace.
Oh, that does not bode well for future gumbo.
Tentacles are flapping wildly.
I was really hoping this thing was going to be edible because gumbo sounded good, but I don't think that's probably the case. What? The giant shrimp.
And it picks itself up and now lays into. I think it'll lay into Chaka, who just drop kicked it flat. It rears back with its two pincers, massive pincers, and it gets a 24 to hit and a 10.
24 hits.
Okay. It clamps down on you for 10 points of bludgeoning damage. And then you have a DC 14 grapple check. Escape DC 14.
1 second. I forgot to roll HP for myself. 7. Okay. 7 plus. So I gain 10 HP and then lose 10 HP.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm rolling for grapple, which is athletics. Get a +6.
Or acrobatics.
18.
18, you just kind of push the claws back, shove it off. And then it goes to the one that's standing over you, or not standing over you. It moves fully up in front of you, Mac, and then it eyes the mule that you're standing next to you, and eyes you.
Did it
Does it
save?
not-
Did it
Does it not
succeed
start
in
running
save?
away?
It doesn't continue to be feared.
Oh.
You were saying, right?
Right.
It's just a single move. Yeah, it looks at you as the smaller of the two targets and lays into you with its multi-attack. Natural 1 and
-8. Or minus a D8.
minus a D8.
Yeah.
It's 17,
-6.
17 plus 6 minus 6, so it has a 17 to hit.
Hold on. Nope, I can't do anything with that.
Okay.
Can I give it another minus from my D8? Probably not.
No.
No, can't.
It clamps down for 8 points of damage with its claw, and then give me a DC 14 escape check.
I can use acrobatics.
Or athletics, either one.
That's a 9.
You
That
guys
was 8
hear...
points of damage, you said? Sorry.
Yeah, 8 points of damage. You guys hear Mac cussing behind you
Colorfully.
as she's lifted off of her feet.
Oh, great.
Chaka, it's your turn.
Does the thing that we're all fighting, the three of us, does it look like it's, bloodied? Or not even?
It's definitely bloodied.
Okay. Then Chaka will abandon the one where he's right next to. So, bonus action, rage. He has a standing long jump of like
Something ridiculous, especially with the ring.
60 foot right now. standing long jump of 30 foot. Is the other thing within 30 foot of...
I would like to add that you're ankle deep in thick, bluey mud, so I think that doesn't make it possible. It maybe imposes some kind of penalty or disadvantage or something to your jump check.
What
do you think?
Well, there's no jump check required for jumping. All I have to do is move 10 foot. But if difficult terrain keeps up movement, like let's say it takes me 20 foot to move 10 foot to jump out of the muck.
Okay. Let's say it takes you an extra 5 feet of movement just to free yourself.
Is Mac within 40 foot of me?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's about 30 foot away.
All right, then that 5 movement is fine. It takes me 5 foot movement to move, another 5 foot movement, 10 foot movement to get a running start, and then I'll use the remaining 25 foot to jump. Throw one of my javelins as I'm jumping. So here's my javelin throw.
The one that's behind you gets an attack of opportunity as you depart its squares, right?
I am thinking. You have to be.
He whiffs horribly. He clips you go flying.
Yeah, so javelin as I'm in the air, and as I'm moving, I reach back and I grab my glaive, so that when I get to the ground, I literally just kind of do like a smashing glaive smash.
Nice.
That is not good. You know what? I will do a reckless attack and open myself up for disadvantage. So first attack's a 20 with a javelin. Second attack is a 17 with the glaive.
Both hit.
Okay. Javelin does 1d6?
Yeah, that's correct.
Alright, so 1d6 plus 5, 11 damage. And then the glaive does 1d10 plus 5. And I do much damage like that as well. So I do 26 damage total with my... Javelin glaive!
You scared the shit out of me.
Sorry, Mac was in danger. She saved my life, so as soon as I hear her cursing, I turn and go to save her. And hopefully slice the thing in half. I don't know.
You about bloody it.
Oh, Jesus.
As you leap out of the mud and come crashing down onto it. With double max damage.
There wasn't a bonus flex. You just kind of...
Oh, good God.
Yeah, Darius, Chaka turns around and leaves you behind. Thorn, you're up in the tree still. You see Chaka jump most of the way across the road to support Mac.
It's alright, we got this one.
Yeah, I fire from my position in the trees.
Against which one?
The one still fighting Darius.
All right.
I got 13 total.
13 misses. Goes plinking to the side into the water. There's kind of a swoosh.
Yeah, and I continue to bide my time up in the treetops.
Mac, you are up in its grasp.
Yeah, I just kind of like pull up my arm and like boom on my banjo and cast Thunderwave.
All right.
Nice.
Right in its face.
Are there any rules for dex saves against someone that you're grappling?
It's actually the example I give in the grapple.
Oh.
The condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler, such as when a creature is hurled away by the Thunderwave effect.
Okay. So you blast it.
Power chord.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he does a what saving throw?
Yeah. Does he still get his dex saving throw?
It's a con saving throw.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast this at 3rd level. Just FYI.
Okay. So do you think?
14.
I'm gonna say since I feel like he gets disadvantage for being at point blank range while holding.
It's a touch. You're always at point blank.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So he does his con saving throw.
Or range is self. So.
He gets a 14 on his con saving throw. What's your DC?
What's a tie?
Tie is a save.
-8. Minus D8. Whatever it
He
is.
fails. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He fails as you just throw an extra cord in there and blast away.
He takes 15 damage and moves 15 feet. 10 feet.
He is bleeding out of his ear holes as he goes blasting back into the mud.
It's important to me, though, that he's not deafened.
He's not deafened. He drops you in place where he had
Okay.
you. Any movement?
No, I'm gonna stick with my mules.
And then it goes back up to Darius facing off against the other one.
All right. I'm gonna duck in. I'm gonna do these one at a time.
Pretty badly bloodied at this point.
Excellent. I'm gonna do this for strategic purposes here. Let me see.
Oh,
Natural 20.
Nice.
And I'm going to use that. I'm going to make that a trip attack as well. He has to roll. I think it's Strength DC 13.
DC 13.
Yeah.
He rolls a
He takes 10
14,
points.
so he makes his strength save as you pop one of his lobster legs out from under him.
Damn it. All right. Well, he still takes 10 points of damage from that. Second attack with the offhand. 20 also hits.
Yes.
I'm going to.
How much was the damage? Was the first one?
Oh, 10. I'm going to make this one a trip attack as well, because forget, why not? I've got the dice for it.
He rolls a 14 again.
Damn it.
So he saves.
He saves, but he takes 14 points of damage this time. Oh, I forgot to roll the extra damage from critical last time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got a critical hit.
Another 3 from that first one. And last attack, 12. I'm going to add on that D8 that I have. 19. Alright, hits with the last attack.
That's
For how much
pretty good.
And the last attack does 4 points damage.
4.
Damn it. Yeah.
Your 2 trip attack failed the trip attack, but lopped off one of his legs,
Done.
and he is just barely still quivering, standing in front of you.
Damn it. So close.
It goes to his turn, and he turns to retreat, shrieking and you get an attack of opportunity.
Awesome.
Nice.
Nah. I do 9 points of damage to him.
Yeah, he turns his back on you, and you just lop off his lobster tail.
Going swinging the quill. Nice.
He goes down screeching and wailing. The other one that's in front of Chaka and Mac,
It's 10 foot away from us now.
yeah, it's 10 foot away. It just got blasted away. I think it turns back. It sees it hears the death shrieks of its companion, and it turns back and it like subsides below the surface of the water. Give
Hides.
perception checks or passive perception, as it please you.
16.
I got a 12.
So it got a 16 on its stealth check. So Thorn, you can see its wake as it drops below the surface and begins heading out into the water underneath the surface.
I holster my bow and climb down from the tree, and if it's fleeing for its life, I'm not determined to follow it.
Yeah, you see a little.
I go check on the wounds of my allies.
Chaka goes where the water was, where the creature was. It begins to slash around in a empty rage.
Okay. Do you want to actually try to chase after it?
Sure. How do I do that?
It has. So you're probably not going to be able to catch it.
It does what?
It has a swim speed. You're probably not going to catch up to it. You might be able to leap out on top of it in the first.
Right, but it's not bloodied yet, right?
Oh no, it is bloody. You can see like a trail of black blood in the murky water where it's.
I'll try to jump at it and maybe like give it one last huzzah.
Okay.
What do you want to roll?
Give me an athletics check to leap out over it.
Awesome.
I imagine it's
Nice.
got concealment.
26.
26.
Yep.
Yeah, it'll have concealment because it's below the water, but you can see from the trail where it is.
So you want me to roll with disadvantage?
Yeah.
All right, I'll make a reckless attack so it's an even roll.
Split out.
Oh, natural 1.
Oh.
Well, you have it's reckless, so you have. Oh, it cancels out, right? Okay. Yeah, you see Chaka go splashing down into the water, splashing out in rage, spray going everywhere, but it doesn't seem to connect with anything.
Love
I
good
mean,
Mortal Kombat, they're really
you
Oh, he's crazed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll let him work it out.
He gets this way.
Sometimes he just gets mad.
Well, you can hear him cursing out halflings at the time. Damn stupid crab halflings!
So the question is, does anybody know how to cook? Because we have a lobster tail here.
I wouldn't recommend eating a beast like that. It's unnatural.
They are bottom feeders, but
I've had.
They're aberrations, so they're not of the natural order. They're
Did you say you wouldn't get a mind flayer if such an opportunity came up to like have mind flayer tentacles?
their biologies are alien. Their biologies are alien to us. They might be made out of protein strands that are toxic, for all you know.
Only way one to find out.
And all I know is I've eaten in places where they had stuff that was not of this world, so this can't be that bad. I mean.
But no, I would not eat a mind flayer. What the hell's the matter with you?
come on, calamari.
We could at least feed it to the hellhound.
Yeah.
Calamari is an animal. A mind flayer is a being of the far plane. It's made up of matters and entities that confound our dimension's physics.
Yeah, but a little bit
Let's
of
talk
butter.
about this again once you've had street food in at about 3 a.m. there in Dragonwick. Let me tell you, it's an experience.
Take 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's quite a good idea, though.
We could definitely feed it to the hellhound, though.
I'm sure the Hellhound would be fine. Oh, yeah.
He's also not from this dimension.
How are we feeding that thing anyway?
We have a
Careful.
large lobster tail.
Large old stick, like, poke it in the cage on a stick or something. It'll be fine. I mean, they can't be that unknowably strange if they look like giant lobsters or shrimp. I mean, I don't know. Unless you're arguing that tiny shrimp are tiny abominations.
Tiny aberrations.
Tiny aberrations that we eat anyway, yeah.
I mean, they're not kosher. Right?
They're definitely not kosher.
These are combinations of the great old one. Like he exists in all realms, and in this one he exists as crawdads, shrimps, and other crayfish.
And he's apparently delicious then.
Chaka does not shy away. Once he's done feeding it, he takes a bite of the lobster tail.
Oh god.
Are you guys eating it?
Okay.
Chaka is.
Shaka eats it.
Chaka has a strong constitution.
I'd recommend cooking it first. But I would not mind.
Do we just want to take like a half-hour rest and then keep moving? It's like noon, you said, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Take a bit of a rest and then keep going. I'm gonna use a hit die here to heal up.
You can also use my Song of Rest, so that gives you an extra 1d6 for healing. 'Cause I think it's a lovely tune.
I didn't use my second wind yet either. I should do that. Keep rating fighters. Fighters have that. What's the rules for that? Oh yeah, you finish a short rest. Okay. So I heal. Oh, okay. I heal up just from using my second wind.
Oh, nice.
Cool. I'm good.
Bam.
Chaka spends a hit die. Chaka also do it.
Alright. Take a short rest and then keep going.
Once we have the creature dead, I assume that it's not the thing that we saw, but can we kind of like look at its feet? Are they about a foot wide?
The feet are different. These feet are very much like it kind of walked on up on its toes.
Okay.
And the creature that was walking around your camp was full flat-footed.
Okay.
As long as we're resting for a little bit, I'm gonna put up a fire and roast a bit of this thing, see what it tastes like.
Yeah, Tom. Sorry, Darius.
Yes.
It tastes full. It's a bottom-feeding aberration.
Alright, Chaka
So,
said.
like, yeah, it's just like carp. Carp are bottom-feeding aberrations, and they're still delicious. So.
Your Constitution saving throw.
Thorn just shakes his head, just watching from a distance.
12. Oh no, 11.
Sorry, 12.
11 and 12.
Yeah.
Thorn and Mac, you both watch your companions as they retch, but manage to keep it down.
Well,
You want
it's good.
some
Just needs a little Tabasco.
It's a bit of an acquired taste. It's fine though. Yep.
You guys want some? It's good.
No,
Oh, yeah.
get it away from me. Don't put it in my face.
Oh, it smells so bad. You guys should smell this.
I can smell it from over here. It smells like the rest of this ass swamp.
You guys You guys also managed to get like the meal settled down during your short rest, and after your snack, you get back on the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I continued to spot ahead of the caravan and look out for danger.
You guys hit the road again, and after another hour or two, Thorn. Does anybody else have above a 15? Just Thorn?
No, just Thorn.
You guys hear kind of a. Well, actually, I guess first you see up ahead on the path a dark mass, and you see a couple of horses standing around and a couple of figures out in the road. There's like a dark mass across the road ahead of you.
Like a large lump or like a pile or.
At this distance, it looks like brush or something. It's just thickly layered across the road and going out well into the swamp.
This seems like ripe for an ambush.
Yeah.
There are figures standing out there.
Dwarves, I guess.
mean,
Oh, the dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are short.
Should we leave the caravan back here and Barry or Gabriella to poke the hellhound if anybody approaches but us?
Can I use stealth to go get a closer look at them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Probably
Give me a stealth.
Yeah.
Next.
I got a 22 on my stealth check.
Sure. There are different kinds of cover. You've got trees that are kind of like have a low canopy that you could be going up in, or you could dip yourself down into the murk and go underwater.
I take the high road and I go up above the dwarves to scope out what they're doing.
He's seen what lives in the murk. He's not going in there.
Not going down there.
Yeah, Thorn slips up into a tree, and you kind of go tapping from branch to branch until you get into earshot. As you get closer, you see there are 4 dwarves standing around. 3 of them are mounted, 1 of them is dismounted, and they're standing around chatting amongst themselves, looking at this enormous bramble wall that covers across the entire road.
It looks like they're as confused about the wall as we are.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like debating amongst themselves, like, we could just chop our way through it. Look how dark it is in there. It goes on. Who knows how long it goes on for? I don't know. We could set fire to it.
Can Thorn see above it? Like how wide of a...
Yeah.
If you find yourself a nearby tree that's a bit taller, you look up above it. It looks like it's about 40 foot deep. It's a really weird, thick, unnatural bramble barrier.
Could you traverse the treetops in order to avoid it?
Not with the car.
You could.
Yeah.
The rest of your whole caravan couldn't. But
That's right.
individuals-
The wagons would not make it.
Yeah.
We could always face the hellhound at it and poke the hellhound.
Hellfire burns most things.
Oh, yeah.
I cast spike growth around the Durgar.
They aren't Durgar. They're well, yeah. Seeing them at this distance, they aren't dark. They're just like
Regular
grubby
dwarves.
They're grubby hill dwarves. They're gully dwarves. They have thick denim overalls and big floppy straw hats on their heads. They're barefoot.
Gully dwarves are the worst.
They're cussing. 2 of them start arguing and start wrestling with each other.
I cast
Cut it down, burn it down, cut it down, burn it down.
I cast spike growth centered on them, and it's a Wisdom saving throw DC 14 for them to notice me doing it.
All right.
What does it do?
Yeah. What does it do?
Causes all the plants within 20 feet of them to grow foot-long spikes.
Oh God.
This is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
DC what?
14.
2 of them succeed. The two that have dismounted see the spikes and everything growing and do a duck and roll out of the way, and the 2 that are mounted are immediately surrounded by spikes. Does it do damage to them?
If they move, it does damage to them. If they remain perfectly motionless, then it does nothing.
What in tarnation is this? Oh, Jesus Christ! Oh, Billy, come help me!
Like, oh my God, what did Thorn do?
Oh.
My God, what kind of horror! Bramble bush, I've never seen cherry bushes like this before in my life! I told you we shouldn't have come out here!
I motion for these guys to follow me, and I tell them that I caught something.
Oh, God.
Max already run up once they start yelling because she assumes you start to fight.
Yeah, You Mac hears yelling and starts running ahead. You see her going, Thorn, as you head back to talk to your companions. You see Mac cross paths with you running up to the dwarves.
Oh god.
Yeah, Mac, you run up and you see a bunch of cussing dwarves in a really prickly situation.
Yeah, Mac will like the two that, like, as soon as she's in yelling distance from them, she'll stop and then just be like, "Stop! We don't mean you any harm, but just stay where you are." And
What do you mean you don't mean us any harm? That's the first thing people mean no harm say.
Persuasion on there?
Yes.
We don't mean you any harm.
Thorn, you go back and drop down next to Darius and Chaka, you said?
No, I just maintain concentration on my spell and watch them from up above. I have them exactly where I want them to be for our little conversation, so I'm just gonna keep them there.
Okay.
I guess I'll have to follow along. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Darius
get the wagons.
sprinting out ahead.
Yeah.
You get an 18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh. He still feels a bit different. You see, like, he had put up his fists and started, like,
Mac's gonna be like,
dancing like he was gonna box you. He's like, bring it on, Missy! And then, like, as you like, set him at ease, he's like, I don't know, what are you even doing out here in the swamp?
passing through. She like, kind of motions to the caravan. She's like, we saw the barrier that you all erected, and we thought that you were gonna ambush us. So I just wanna peaceful like talk.
We didn't do none of this.
You didn't do this?
No, we were just trying to get through.
Can I do a perception? See if I
Yes.
believe him.
Yes.
I believe them. They sound like druids.
17.
Seems like he's being honest with you. Yeah, Darius and Chaka, you guys roll up with the rest of the caravan?
I would say the caravan's probably still. I mean, unless you guys brought it with you.
Nah, it's probably still back there.
Chaka, forward. He's not in any hurry.
Alright.
Mac's gonna kind of like yell up into the air. Can't see where Thorn is, but she's gonna be like, I think we can trust them. Let them go, but keep another spell at the ready. If they try anything.
I want to make a persuasion check on the gully dwarves.
Okay, what are you trying to persuade them?
If you guys clear the briar patch, then I'll let you go.
You have to let them go for one of those.
Y'all ain't gonna help us?
Well, Chaka will
I'm
help.
lost.
I'm sorry about our friend. He was raised
Normally
by
I do,
wolves.
but I think Chaka will help. I just Chaka's. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I release concentration on the spike growth, and I release them from the circle of deadly spikes that I created.
Yeah, you ease up and you see they finally can take a full breath. They've been like holding their breaths, sucking in their have. Thank you there. What was that even all about? Come on now.
Listen, there's some nasty stuff in this awful swamp. You can't be too careful.
Just a couple of froggies.
I'm an elf. I'm an elf. That's my excuse.
It's a terrible
It's true.
excuse. Racist.
Yeah, them old leggy ones, they are always mistrustful. Don't know neighborly kindness.
Now that
That was kindness. I let you go, didn't I? I could have killed you.
He grumbles under his breath.
I didn't have to miss, you know.
Doesn't have to miss. So, what's going on?
is it dry? Is it growing? Is it dead bramble?
It appears to be like really gnarly and like thick bark, old growth bramble, and it appears to be living, feeding off the swamp.
Can I use my channel divinity, charm plants and animals to charm it?
And get it to open up?
Oh.
That'd be a good trick.
It's not a sentient plant.
Yeah, well, if it's not sentient, then I don't think that I could charm it, but I was just wondering if I thought it was possible.
Yeah, no, it's not a sentient plant. It's
Awaken it first, then.
Yeah. Yes.
That's a great idea.
That would not go wrong.
Does anybody have any fire magic? Besides our,
We've got a hellhound.
Yeah.
We
can
do
just-
have the Hellhound.
Yeah. I mean, unless you get a better idea, but this looks like a mess. Looks like a tangly mess.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be sentient, but it does have to be a creature. So this mass of brambles is not a creature, it's like an environmental hazard. Right?
It looks like a big, thick mass of brambles.
It might be a creature.
Yeah, it's a good thing that we recently employed some manpower here, and I look at the dwarves and I say, get to work, gentlemen.
They grumble a bit, but aren't really keen to be entrapped in spikes again. And you see the two that are mounted hop down and pull out their hatchets and start trying to hack their way through the brambles.
And what horrible thing happens to them when they start?
What's that?
And what horrible thing happens to them as they take axes to the...
It's pretty woody and thick, and it's rough going, and they get a bit cut up, and then they start hacking, and they hack about a couple of branches off, and then you begin to see a movement from within the brambles.
Get back!
Yeah, you see like the brambles kind of thinning from within, and it appears that they're parting in front of a humanoid figure and then closing behind her again. And you see, a humanoid figure with like a thick, gnarly bramblewood skin and a few dark, hard, woody leaves kind of patched out as hair around it and clothing it. And she steps out and says, "Oh, now, boys, that's not very nice. Don't be kind to nature."
Hello?
The dwarves kind of, as she approaches, back off, wide-eyed, looking up at this figure.
Yeah,
Is that
Go ahead.
I assume that she's some manner of dryad, and so I approach and kneel in front and bow graciously in front of her.
Freaking elves.
She watches the elf walk up and bow, and you see she turns her disdainful glance from the dwarves and looks down at you and smirks and says, "That's more like the kind of respect that I would expect here in my domain."
We had no idea that we were trespassing on your domain. We were just trying to get these caravans through for the human settlement that we came from. I motion at the carts behind us.
You see she frowns a little bit and says, "I don't really concern myself too much with the affairs of humans. You're here on my land.
We only wish to pass through."
You'll have to certainly pay a toll then in order to pass through. What is it that you think you can offer me?"
What is it that's of use to you if you live in a swamp?
Do you want these 3 dwarves?
Why the heck did you build right across the road?
Shaka begins to grab the mummified goblin handout again.
Why do you keep thinking people would want that?
This is collector's item. What do you mean? Why?
Bog Elf almost did. Oh god.
Oh, God. She glances all of you. You asked her what you could offer. She glances all of you up and down, and she sees the banjo strapped on Mac's back, and she looks the dwarves up and down and notices a washboard tucked into one of their saddlebags, as well as a couple of other. She says, "Well, I don't really get much music out here aside from the fireflies, snakes, and frogs.
Fireflies are terrible musicians.
I suppose if one of you could give me a show I could let one of the two of you all pass, I think that would be fair payment.
My bears could give you a massage.
One of us give you a show. We are all good at show.
Yeah, one of you two groups. And at this, you see the dwarves kind of perk up and say, "Well, now, young missy, y'all in for a treat, because the two whistlers rolling through these parts here, and ain't nobody got a better show than us."
What? Chaka disagree.
Really?
Oh, we are best. What's his name of group? I'd always forget.
Oh, we are Myrna Mackenzie's Magical Menagerie.
That's right.
We have a name. I didn't know that.
It's been a while.
And we are much better than stupid Gullywood dwarves of Town.
You see one of the dwarves step forward and say, he spits on the ground. "Now here, missy, you don't want none of that highfalutin city show. We're down from the swamp. We got that swamp sound you love."
Chaka
She already said she was bored of the frogs.
kind of stands next to the head gully dwarf and he kind of flexes at him like, "Come on, bring it."
He, a full 4 feet shorter than you, he still puffs out his chest and bumps it up against your thigh.
Yeah, there's some bumping back and forth. There's
Like a lot of junk in his face, kind of.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, excuse me. You're still going down. Sorry, excuse me. You're going down. Fuck you. Excuse me.
Oh.
You see the Dryad smirking as you guys face off. She looks at you and is like, "Well, it sounds like it's settled then."
Can I roll, what's it? I guess it'd be insight or perception to see whether she means to, keep one of the groups here permanently. Because she sounds sneaky.
Sure, give me an insight roll.
10.
10?
10.
It sticks out to you that she hasn't said a word about what happens to the loser.
Is it a fair assumption to suppose that she's a plant and that she's a creature?
Dryads are fey. They're not.
It means like a knowledge nature.
Oh yeah, dryads are fey.
Yeah. Still might count. You never know.
Not a plant. I got a 7 on my knowledge nature, or a 10.
10. Yeah, you've heard of dryads before?
Yeah.
Not really sure.
Chaka says, "Let's not waste time. Stupid dwarves, they don't even know." He gets out his whaleskin drum. He gets to tighten it down.
One of the others back there says, "All right, it's on then. Let's have the show."
You do realize that a jug is not an instrument, right?
Guess you've never seen nobody play the jug like me before, have you? Goes up in his saddlebags and pulls out 3 jugs.
Well, Chaka kind of is taken aback. He's like, "Oh, 3 jugs. 2 jugs at one time."
Nice. Go back to Gabrielle. Get the bears ready! Get the costume on!
You ain't never heard of Jumpin' Jimmy the Jug Juggler, have you?
No, neither has
I can just see it.
Out their instruments and equipment. So, no. You guys the Dryad smirks and is like, "All right then, well." She lays down the terms of the agreement. Basically, you're each going to have you have to put on a show, and you're going to have 8 rounds to perform. So each of you will get to perform twice, and whoever accrues the most successes in that time wins the competition. In order to gain a success, you have to succeed on a DC 15 perform check, and then also, yeah, if you're like, I think modifiers for like creativity and stuff are fair.
Cool. Okay.
Chaka mounts his drum in the traditional drum spot in the front cart.
Also, it'll be simultaneous dueling performances. So it's like one of you steps forward, one of them steps forward, one of you steps forward, one of them steps forward. It's like a dance-off.
Trust me,
Right.
Chaka has seen Bring It On.
Yeah, you ain't never seen Bayou Edition, though, have you?
No, the Chaka missed that one. It was probably good.
It was directly.
That's right. Yes, that was called Deliverance. I've seen this one.
Yes. All right.
Chaka's ready to go. Anybody else?
Chaka,
Right.
start. Go for it.
I didn't say Chaka start. Chaka's ready.
Mac can start.
Mac?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mac.
Mac is leader.
That's true, yeah. This will open the show.
The bears kind of are like amping up in their outfits that are amazing, I might add. There's a lot of sequins. This is pretty good. And Mac like strumming like crazily on her banjo, and she sings like an introduction for like everyone in the show. She like introduces the turtles and like gives their tragic backstory and how they're overcoming adversity, and then she talks about the accountant who loves books, which is an unlovable thing, no one can understand him. Unfulfilled, and then Chaka breaks the fourth wall. Mac doesn't know what that means, but it seems cool, but he also eats rocks, which is also problematic because rubies are rocks, even though they're valuable. And then there's Thorn, who's raised by wolves, and he's probably going to fuck off by the end of this fight because he often gets lost into the woods.
All right. Max starts strumming down and gives you all a grand introduction. Give me a performance check.
Plus 6, 16.
16. Okay, so Mac racks up her you guys' first success as she plays you all onto the stage. You see across the way one of the Tootin' Whistlers comes tumbling out, doing like back handsprings end over end, and he's only like 4 feet tall, so he's got like a lot of good center of gravity. And he's like shouting and whistling and like clomping his heels, even against the hard-packed mud of the road. You can hear like the ground kind of shaking, and they all come dancing a jig out.
Can we help each other?
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see.
You said
Maybe
we-
there's. How about?
Mac, you can give inspiration. That might be your.
You can give inspiration as a bonus action. What about if, like, you could do, like, a gamble action or something? Where, like, you pair your action with somebody else's action, and then if both of you succeed, you get 3 successes instead of 2 or something?
What would the risk be? You'd get 3 failures if you both fail?
You lose your turn.
If either one.
Right.
Yeah.
You lose your turn with no.
That's a lot.
Oh, both of you fail if either of you fail.
Yeah.
Or 2 successes if you both succeed. I don't know. That's a gamble.
That is a gamble.
Darius, you hang back.
I definitely do that every time.
Darius, stop. Darius, no. I don't want to go with you. Darius, no.
Fuck it! We got this! We're gonna be the best!
No, we're not. We're on the bus.
Welcome to the world of numbers, bitch! my perform is only 4, so we're definitely gonna fail.
My perform's also 4.
Yes.
You're, you're
This sounds
definitely
like
the most
the-
furious accountant I've ever met.
Fucking right.
You're the most metal accountant ever.
I just really like that the brains of our operation is our warrior.
Is our fighter, yeah.
I don't know. I feel it works thematically.
He's just a tiny guy who shin kicks people to death.
He's like William Wallace, you know?
William Wallace added up numbers for a living. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Another life, perhaps.
All right, so they're all standing out now, like river dancing in a line in front of you.
Can we
And
oppose?
slowly, yeah, they're slowly like edging forward along the road as they kick.
Can I start like playing on the off to try and fuck them up? And just like, punk, 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 punk.
Yes, you can.
That's what I do.
Chaka grabs his drum and he begins to jig as well, but he like holds his drum above his head, but like he's not got it on his back, and he begins to flex his muscles so that his deltoids hit the drum. You don't know Chaka Grand Flex style. Oh damn.
Oh god.
I have a 10. Mac, inspire me, Mac.
Yep, but you can do that as a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If you want. I don't know.
Who has the? So what, Thorn? What's your performance?
Mine was the bear act. I
What's
bring out what remains of the bears, huh?
What's your modifier?
Oh, +6.
Also,
Okay.
you
Good.
have to use
Okay.
perform. You can
Oh
use
no, it's charisma, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's +3.
Well,
Oh
you
shit.
have other skills, so you could use like animal handling.
Okay.
Or you can use.
Okay, my animal handling is +6.
Okay. I'll give it to Chaka. Take a D8.
Okay, I got an 8.
No, Chaka failed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Chaka gets an 11 as he does his flex drums. The Dryad doesn't. It doesn't quite strike the Dryad. It's very esoteric.
In sync, but their aggressive jigging, or the first one's aggressive jigging, is kind of throwing you off a little bit.
Did they get a win?
They got one success so far. So now the second one comes out, and he's the jug juggler, and he begins tossing his jugs in a loop and shooting on them as they come down into his hands. First one.
I'm gonna grab Barry, and we're gonna get on either side of the jug juggler and toss our accounting books back and forth between each other over his head, deriving as we go.
He fails. You can tell he's just a little bit offbeat.
Roll performance. Ah, shit. No.
Guys, I can't carry this whole.
Turns out we can't really juggle that well and derive at the same time.
Dryads don't understand math. Chaka told you Dryads don't understand math.
Everybody does. It's a sublime art.
Nobody does. What does it even mean derive? I always heard don't drink and drive.
Yeah, you start tossing the accounting books back and forth over, and yeah, you fumble one of them, and yeah, you keep it going, but
And Darius is like, oh no, there's blood on it!
Start getting ink everywhere all over the pages. Crap, no!
Right, as soon as you fumble one, all the rest will go.
Oh.
it goes back to their turn, and the third one comes out, and he just pulls out a big like washboard that he starts strumming it in beat. Ooh, he also fails.
Yes.
God, everybody is a little thrown off by the clouds of mosquitoes.
Not everyone. Not professional here.
Some people are a little more clutch. And
no one understands what Dryads like. It's so foreign to us.
Yeah, that's true.
And Thorn, it goes to your round.
I rolled a 2 earlier, but that was out of sequence, so
Yeah,
maybe
okay.
I will. Yeah, I will roll because I thought my animal handling was coming up then. So I will roll animal handling as I bring out what remains of our bear act.
Nice.
I got a 24.
All right.
And the bears are in rare form, considering how horribly traumatized they were from their mistreatment at the hands of the governor.
They come out like marching in perfect form to the beat of Chaka's drumming and kind of pull things back together.
Yeah, brave forest animals overcoming adversity is the kind of thing that would bring a tear to a Dryad's eye.
And the last of the Tootin' Whistlers comes out. He's smoking a pipe in one hand and then blasting through his harmonica, all the smoke in the other. You can see it's also like he's prestidigitating, like the smoke's blasting out different colors with each note.
Oh, that's cool.
That is.
Chaka's impressed.
It's knocking mosquitoes dead all around him, and the Dryad is frowning heartily. I mean, he's on point, though. And it goes back up to Mac.
Mac's gonna.
They're fully arrayed in Riverdance line across the road from you now.
We forgot we had 8 rounds.
I'm gonna do an inspiration for Darius because he really seems like he needs this to work.
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna do it in here.
Bonus action.
That's my bonus action. I just didn't want to forget. And then she's gonna pull out her pipes of haunting and play those against the door.
Jesus.
Shit just got real.
Tell me about, is there any, like, theatrics that you incorporate into the lead-up to, like, laying into those pipes?
Yeah, she kind of like brings it down on her banjo and starts playing in like the lower register, some minor keys in there, like getting some really like off-kilter stuff, and
And then just sucked.
she starts singing a song about like a banshee, and then she's like, all those who hear its wail will flee, and then she starts playing the banshee's voice.
How do the pipes work? Is it that, like, you can target creatures within 20 feet?
It says each creature within 30 feet that hears you play must succeed a DC Wisdom 15 saving throw, become frightened for 1 minute. But
That's
all
all
creatures
of us.
that aren't hostile towards you can succeed on the saving throw if you desire.
Okay.
It's up to you.
So
I'm only targeting the dwarves.
Okay. So the DC, what, saving throw?
15 Wisdom.
DC 15. Alright. One of them succeeds. 2 of them succeed. 2 of them fail. You see the Dryad kind of. Well, give me a performance check.
15.
Nice. Just
15.
barely.
You see the Dryad, like, as you get into the more mournful tones, the Dryad kind of, like, is starting to sinuously weave in her place as she listens. And you just, like, the sound washes over the dwarves, and 2 of them, their eyes just, like, pop in terror, and you hear clink, clink, as 2 of the jugs drop and shatter on the spot, and he grabs the 3rd one. And he's just shaking. The other one, let's see. Yeah, the pipe player just takes a deep suck on his pipe and chokes and coughs in front of you. I'm gonna say those 2 forego their turns. The remaining dancer tumbler picks up from the jug juggler. He picks up like 3 clods of mud that he starts juggling with his remaining partner, and then partway through into it, he pitches one of the clods of mud over at Darius, who's also juggling. He's
AC
going
17.
to an attack roll against you. All right, let's see. How about an opposed dexterity check? He's going to make a dexterity check, and you make a dexterity check.
Okay.
Who wins the time? Oh,
What did I get?
13.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so like you're juggling away with Barry, and suddenly one of these mud balls comes sailing in at you and clops you in the head. And as it hits you, you just feel a clunk, and there's clearly a rock in the center of this ball.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
And you go like sailing sideways.
Oh.
One of the remaining books.
Ugh.
You'll still have an
Disadvantage?
action, but you'll have disadvantage on your perform check.
Oh, boy.
Mac's taking her turn. So now, I think, Darius, you were going after Mac, right?
No, it's Chaka's turn.
Chaka?
Yeah,
Okay. Chaka, you're up.
In the order, that's fine.
Dirty gully dwarves.
Chaka
Yeah.
thinks back to the last time he saw something like this, and he just remembers how those cheerleaders won in the end, and so he uses a bonus action to cast Jump on himself and does a standing high jump, and he rolls acrobatics to do a front handspring, double Dutch pike, quadruple backflip.
Oh no.
Sorry. With jump on?
With jump on.
Yep.
He gets a... Hold on, I'm getting a
16.
call. I get a 17.
17.
15-1, this is John.
Yeah, and
You
you...
sound.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, you see
Hello?
Chaka, like...
I missed the call, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I'll call him back.
Okay. Yeah, Chaka goes lunging forward, plants his drum on the ground, does a flip, plants his feet into the drum, goes tumbling up over the top, and then lands in the road and just splashes mud out at all of them in front of him.
He also lets out a hearty flex.
One of them forgoes his turn, quaking in fear and crying over the shattered remains of his beautiful artisan jugs.
Do you want to give him a second wisdom save? Maybe
A wisdom save maybe to recover his turn?
yeah.
No, he fails.
Oh.
No, he
Yeah. Why?
got over the loss of his jugs and just can't recover his composure.
Poor guy.
Crying.
It's a haunting melody as well.
It was. He was moved.
Remember the death of his grandfather all of a sudden.
Oh,
Darius and Thorn have turns left.
because the
Right.
grandfather made the jugs.
There you go.
Thorn, do you have anything?
Well, I'm proficient with the use of a flute, but it's hard to follow up all the instrumentals with the flute act. I can jam out on some Ron Burgundy-esque jazz flute, though.
Sure, go for it. Tell you what, if you do that, I'll improvise a song about idealized interest rates. Sound good?
With disadvantage.
I'll lay down some flute music for the Triad then.
Awesome.
I got a 7. It's pretty bad flute music.
Yeah, you've heard better.
It's 8.
Oh!
Nice.
I,
Disadvantage?
13.
13 plus 4, 17, even with disadvantage.
Nice.
It's a damn good song.
The Dryad rethinks all of her investing.
Even in
I should diversify my bonds.
the barriers to understanding there, she's like, oh, I kind of understand interest rates a little better. That was really informative.
Right.
I can relate that to aspects of my own life now. Like when I plant seeds.
Right. Growth rates are growth, either way you look at it. So there you go.
Let's see. One of the pipe smoker has a will save to recover his turn, which he also fails, hacking and coughing on smoke. And the remaining washboard player glares across at you, pauses for a moment, realizes that he's lost, and decides he's not a good sport, and just picks up his instrument and pitches it across at Mac. It goes safe to the number end, and he makes an attack roll at you.
Whoa!
Wait, no, I subtract D8!
Natural what?
That's still a natural 20.
He's subtracting it for the composite, but he still crits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Does he still crit? He doesn't still crit, does he?
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
do with the dice roll.
Yeah.
So he does still.
It's still a crit.
I think.
Yeah, he still rolled a natural.
It just feels a little worse about doing it.
Crit, then I don't.
Okay.
That's why a composite 20 doesn't crit. Yeah, because it has to be a natural one.
he spends his final round then in a display of poor sportsmanship and violence. his instrument straight into Mac's face, which you also not expect that catches you right across the brow and bloodies your nose.
I'm gonna be bigger!
You see the Dryad chuckling and clapping at the performance. Oh, that was glorious. And then brambles come up over the road and fence off the dwarves.
Oh god.
What did he throw at me?
His washboard.
Okay.
Just like pitched it end over end. Straight into your face.
Not even a good instrument! What am I gonna do with this?
Oh.
Gabriella, do you need this?
Chaka takes it to scratch his back. Uses it to scratch the bears' backs. Good
You could,
dog.
teach the bears to play the washboard and jugs.
No, let's teach them real instruments!
These are real instruments. Look how they play. They're good.
They were pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
I would almost say these are more real instruments than what we have.
Hey now.
What?
Hey now.
That banjo, what did that do? That's cool. Okay.
You need no more inspiration, Chaka!
Jumps in the future. Chaka regret nothing. Chaka takes the last artesian jug and practices it for the rest of the journey.
Just mostly just him holding the jug going,
I can't.
Oh, Jesus.
As you see, like, kind of a barrier comes out and surrounds the dwarves, and then on your side of the road, a tunnel opens in the brambles. And you can see light on the other side.
Well,
let's go while the going is good.
I kind of feel bad about what we did to the. Oh.
The
They
dwarves?
threw a washboard in my face!
Yeah, but. I mean, yeah, it's a Dryad. I guess they'll be alright. Dryads aren't evil, right? They'll be entertained. Now.
I have no idea. They're less evil than humans.
There you go.
Alrighty. Hey,
Just one.
She seemed nice. You like music.
yeah, she'll probably be fine. They'll probably be alright. I mean, yeah, she probably just wants them around to perform. That'd be cool.
As you guys pass on through the now clear archway of brambles, you can hear the Dryad kind of humming your flute and banjo tune to herself and gently tapping her foot with a pleased smirk on her face. You guys safely clear on through.
Is that a good stopping point?
Yeah, I think that is a pretty good stopping point. You said you had 3 hours, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I packed 5 boxes, but I can't sit in this spot anymore.
Yeah.
It's good
that's
to move as well.
Do we get XP?
Yes, you do. Let me see what kind of XP you get.
What would you guys
I was
suggest for like packing up huge minis?
Oh.
I have my large fit in my like fish tackle box.
Like sort of any boxes, any little box. I always save random eBay boxes that I pick up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
and
just
just-
gonna go. Good. What, Troy?
If you have a board game, you could try tossing them in with your board games.
I have so many. I might go to my friendly local game store. I need to go there anyways for like a box for Magic cards. If they have like a fish tackle box or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the huge minis aren't that fragile. You can just pack them in, and any space you can just crumple up some newspaper so they don't bounce around.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it would just also just be nice having a little bit more portability to them too. So I'll see if I can find something.
Oh, just in general.
Because they're just essentially like they're all on my bookcase. I don't use them at all for combats because they're always in my room.
Yeah.
My dragons are kind of fragile. They've got the extra plastic stick to make them fly.
Oh, right. Well,
I don't know. I'll figure something out.
Tackle box wasn't a bad idea. You had to
Yeah.
get a really big one though,
Yeah.
like a toolbox or something.
Yeah.
Um,
Go. What XPs? What?
Yeah, I'm just figuring it out.
Give it us. What were those break-in things? What were the lobsters?
Chul.
Cool.
Cool.
Oh, I'd forgotten about those.
I didn't get to paralyze any of you. Once they have somebody grappled, they have like face tentacles that they can start slopping on you
That's
to paralyze you.
Yep, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, we're still in the swamp, so there will be opportunities for you to tentacle paralyze us at some point in the future.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
I ate some of that thing. That's gross.
Yep.
What?
Hey, it could have been tasty. You don't know.
It wasn't. It wasn't tasty. You know that. We know that now, but
So you guys are at level 5 flat, right?
Oh, those are ugly. Yeah, we're at
You're at 6,500 then?
6,500. Yeah.
You guys get 2,000 experience apiece.
Ooh. Sounds good to me.
Fantastic.
Oh man.
It was a good session. It was good,
It was.
good getting back into the swing of things.
Yeah,
we haven't
it's
played-
been too long.
Sorry we played today.
We won't be around next
Yeah.
weekend.
No.
I don't know.
You're in the process of moving. When do you move?
July.
Okay.
July.
Yeah. Well, I'm packing up because I leave here June 8th. I don't have a lot of time after I get back, so I just want to be able to like have boxes and ready to go. So when I get back, I can just pack a truck and go.
And go.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Yeah, so we're going up to Pittsburgh next weekend. Will you guys be free the following weekend, maybe?
Sure.
Well, sure. Free in 2 weeks.
I will not.
I will
You
not
won't
be either.
Oh, that's right.
You'll be, but I
Okay.
won't be.
Well, maybe we can. Yeah. Okay.
We'll
We'll figure it out.
get to,
By email.
Okay.
let's see. What is the
This is the 21st.
22nd?
Or 22nd, yeah, sorry.
29th, I might be free after 5:30. But the 5th, I'm going to Starved Rock for a last training hike. That'll be that.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys want to go to Starved Rock, huh, John, Tori, huh?
What day is that?
That'd be the 5th.
The 5th of June?
Yeah.
I might be able to do that, actually. That's a Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously it's a Sunday. I could probably do that, actually.
All right, that's my last planned training hike. So it'll be a longer hike, but
That's fine. I'm used to walking.
all right.
Sure. What time?
I am drinking heavily on Saturday the 4th, so I'm shooting for noon.
All right. Awesome. That's good.
That's terrifying.
Sounds
That-
like a plan.
That sounds good. I'll try to be free for that too. It would be a great idea to get together.
You should. It'd be great.
Yeah. It would be a good idea. It would be a good time.
Cool.
My friend Brandon is coming. He's a Navy SEAL, a former Navy.
okay.
Okay.
Cool.
He is also a D&D guy. So.
All right.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Later.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for DMing.
All right.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that took an unexpected turn. That was in our forte. So.
It did.
It's a great turn, yeah. It's great to actually be performers for once.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Seems like a doctor.
1% over 12 months.
All right. See you guys around.
Later.
Alright. I love you guys. Bye bye.
You too, Tori.
Bye.